Presentation of the WB11. Yankees baseball, live on the WB11.
From Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, WB11 Sports proudly present New York Yankees baseball. Today, the Yankees beat the Kansas City Royals. The starting pitchers for today's game are Hipolito, Pichardo for the Royals, and Andy Pettitte for the Yankees. Well, let's go back to May the 17th. It was Valentino Beanie Baby Day, and it was David Wells' day, too, as he pitches the first perfect game in Yankee Stadium history. That's in regular season play. And what a day it was for the big crowd here at Yankee Stadium on Beanie Baby Day, and the Beanie Baby's name was Valentino. Well, the Yankees go against the Kansas City Royals this afternoon, and it has been a pretty good stretch for them. They have beaten them 7 in a row, so Kansas City has yet to win a ball game, and including the stretch, let's talk about Beanie Baby Day. This is Stretch, the second Beanie Baby Day here at Yankee Stadium. We know what Valentino did for David Wells. Maybe we'll see what Stretch does for Andy Pettitte as he goes for his 14th win today. Let's talk about the offense a little bit. It has been pounding this Kansas City Royal pitching staff. As we take a look at some of the numbers, Yankees with 36 runs versus the Royals 5. Look at the earned run average as far as pitching is concerned. That's the big difference there. Almost 13 for the Royals, and barely 1.67 for the New York Yankees. The walks, Royal pitching staff has given up 18 walks to this Yankee offense, where the Yankees have only given up 1 walk to Kansas City. Well, let's say hello to Tommy John. Tommy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Bob.
Great. Another Beanie Baby Day for people here at Yankee Stadium.
Love it.
And what about Jorge Posada yesterday? He's part of that Fab Four that Joe Torre could put in this lineup. 6 RBIs. That's a month's worth for me.
Jorge Posada, hey, there is trouble in the rest of the league because Jorge Posada is only going to get better. He is very good offensively from the left side of the plate, and when he gets a little more experience from the right side, watch out. And he's still learning how to catch a rifle arm. But yesterday, the ball just leaped off his bat. When you make a mistake to him, Bob, he can hit it out of Yankee Stadium in a heartbeat.
He's got one of those explosive bats that Joe Torre can put in this lineup. What a great year Posada is having. 283, 13 home runs, 46 RBIs. Yesterday, as we mentioned, 3 for 5, a couple of doubles, but 6 RBIs. That is career high for him in one ball game. So, and Jorge Posada swinging the bat well, along with a lot of these other Yankee ball players in this offense. Let's talk about pitching now. Andy Pettitte goes for number 14 today. Will he or won't he? Well, he will go to the post today. He's had a little soreness in his back. How's he doing?
He's doing fine. It was just a little muscular soreness in the left trapezius area. Gene Monahan, the Yankee trainer, rubbed it out, and he threw. He's ready to go. When Andy Pettitte's on, he gets this pitch here. When it's down, it's a strikeout, and that's the cutter. And when he gets it up, it's usually a ground ball, and right here it's a 1-6-3 double play. Andy Pettitte's got to pitch away, Bobby, to make the cutter effective inside.
And he's done a good job this year of doing exactly that. In his last outing against Anaheim, 7 innings pitched. He gave up no runs on 7 base hits. His season numbers look like this: 13-6, 3.54, leads the team with 4 complete games here in 1998. Pettitte will go for number 14 today. It's another Beanie Baby Day. It's Stretch. Will Stretch do the same thing as Valentino did? Well, we'll have to wait and see. We're going to have it all right here on the WB11. Please stay with us.
What
you want is a minivan at a great price. What you need is Ford's factory authorized clearance going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because now you can get Lowe's 0-9 financing on Ford Windstar with its 5-star crash test rating. What you want is Windstar's comfort and convenience. What you need is Lowe's 0-9 financing for up to 48 months or $1,500 cash back. What you want is a great selection to choose from. And what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store now.
How do you create a room that says wow? See a Benjamin Moore dealer. That's how. Benjamin Moore is the brand professionals trust. It goes on easy in all the colors of your imagination. So if you can dream it, you can live it. And you can say wow for years to come. Benjamin Moore. Best paint, best results.
New York Yankees baseball is sponsored by the Toyota Camry, the #1 selling car in America, Toyota every day. Now that's based on the R&L Polk 1997 total passenger car registration. And by Corona Extra, change your whole attitude. Buy Ford, expect more, get more. Let your Tri-State Quality Ford dealers show you why there's more to afford. And by The Wiz, for total entertainment, nobody beats The Wiz. That's a Cablevision company. What a beautiful day it is for baseball. That is Beanie Baby #2 for Yankee Stadium, and the name is Stretch. And it also comes with a card that tells a little bit about Sunday, August tonight, Yankees versus the Kansas City Royals. So if you're one of those lucky ones that can come up with those Beanie Babies, good luck. We'll take a look at the starting lineup for Kansas City. Brought to you by Corona. Corona Extra. Change your whole attitude. Damon, Allensworth, Offerman, Palmer, King, Leas, Morris, Fasano, and Rivera make up the starting 9 for Muser.
Here's the Yankees starting lineup on defense. Curtis, Williams, O'Neill in the outfield. Girardi, Martinez, Knobloch, Jeter, and Scott Brocious. Scott Brocious, 21 errors this year, but still doing an outstanding defensive job at third base. Andy Pettitte making his 24th start, 13-6. 157 2/3 innings, 69 base on balls. Pretty good.
And the first hitter that Pettitte will face will be Johnny Damon. And the first pitch in there for a called strike. Damon having a pretty good year. 273, 13 home runs, 37 RBIs. He's had a heck of a series against the Yankees. He is 6 for 12, including a home run. And that's the breaking ball, and now Pettitte way out in front, 0-2. Andy Pettitte against Kansas City. His record 5-1, 2.42 earned run average. That's his career numbers against this ball club. Tony Muser, tough year for him. His pitching staff is just falling apart on him. He comes in with a record of 52-64. That's down low. Now it's 1-2. But the Yankee offense has really taken control of this pitching staff that Kansas City has thrown out there. That's a little bit shaky right now for Tony Muser in Kansas City. On the other hand, Joe Torre enjoying this 83-29 stretch that the Yankees are on. Damon couldn't hold up. So the first out comes via the strikeout for Andy Pettitte.
This will kind of give you an idea of what kind of breaking ball Andy has today. Good, hard, sharp curveball. And you'll see Damon goes after it and then tries to hold up. That's excellent because that tells you the speed of the arm and the speed of the pitch, and he couldn't hold up reading fastball, then got curved.
Well, that's a good sign, too, for Stottlemyre and the Yankees, because it was the curveball that 2 or 3, 4 days ago that Pettitte felt when he threw the curveball. He felt it in his back, and that made the start maybe iffy on him.
I tell you what happens on that. A pitcher, when you throw your curveball, you really want to extend, and sometimes you overextend going forward, and you'll pull that trap muscle. It's actually right off the shoulder blade, right down next to the spinal column, and it's just a little pull, tightness. And Gene Monahan did a great job, rubbed it out, got him ready to go.
And it's a 1-1 count to Jermaine Allensworth, who plays center field for Kansas City this afternoon. There's Brocious at third. He bobbles it. Allensworth has good speed, but Brocious recovers nicely. 2 gone.
Brocious playing in on the grass, anticipating a bunt, and got a ball that came up on him. But that's why a third baseman, if you play the ball in the center of your body like Brocious did there, you can bobble the ball. It gets down to you so quickly, and he jumped right on it and got a speedy Allensworth running down to first base.
Brocious was trying to break in a new glove at third for a few games. He's finally through with that experiment, but 2 down here in the top of the first inning. This is Jose Offerman. Offerman batting .309, 6 home runs and 50 RBIs. His 27-game hitting streak was stopped yesterday in the Yankee win. 27 games, that's a lot for anybody. Kansas City, longest streak comes from George Brett at 30. So Offerman falls short 3 games of at least matching that longest streak by Kansas City Royal. He has good speed. He's a switch hitter. He's reached base safely in 63 of the last 124 at bats. Pretty good on base percentage there. I'm not sure when he was playing with the Dodgers, Tommy, that he ever felt, or the Dodgers ever felt, that he would end up batting third in any lineup. Maybe, you know, first or second, but not third.
The Dodgers had him hitting down in the order, and I think the big thing was he was so bad at shortstop it affected his hitting.
Ball 4 to Offerman, so Offerman becomes the first base runner. That'll bring up Dean Palmer.
I believe as a shortstop he was well into the 40 error range, 45 errors, and that's a lot of errors.
So many errors that finally the Dodgers gave up on him in the early stages of his career after talking about him being a franchise player. Palmer represents power on this Kansas City ball club with 25 home runs and 77 runs batted in. Breaking ball in there for a call strike to Palmer. On the other hand, the Yankee pitching staff has pretty much shut down the 2 main power hitters. That's Jeff King and Dean Palmer, who hit back-to-back. Palmer 1 for 12 only in this series so far, and King 1 for 11. No damage. Of course, Pettitte is the best in picking runners off at first base. Talk about the sleight of hand that Tino put on Fasano the other day, that slide at home plate. The sleight of hand by Andy Pettitte picking those runners off. They can't get off too far. That's off of the foot of Palmer, so that'll be a foul ball. Pettitte has picked off 5 so far. Well, the old Schinberger, that's what they used to call it in the dugout.
That was a cutter inside, and well, I tell you, Palmer hit that thing about his thumbnail, and then it went off his foot. Ow, that hurt. But the reason, I was talking to Jeff Rebele with Baltimore, and Andy picked him off at first base, and Jeff wasn't going anyplace, and he said, Tommy, the reason he's so good is he has this long stride home, and he has a long stride throwing to first base. You can't pick the 2 up. It looks like he's going home.
He goes to first base with a couple of strikes. If Offerman would take a chance, this would probably be the time that he would do it. 1 ball, 2 strike count to Palmer. So Palmer, if it's close, he's going to have to swing at it.
You know, as poorly as Kansas City's playing, why not take chances? Maybe try to steal a run early.
Down low and inside.
Now, if you were going to steal a base, that last scene right there, you saw Offerman with his hands on his knees. If I'm a pitcher and I see the runner has his hands on the knees, I don't even worry about him because he can't run with his hands on his knees right there.
So he's got to have his hands down.
Well, I would think your hands have to be ready to go to make your move. And as long as his hands on his knees, forget it.
He stays, and the pitch is swung on, strike 3. So Pettitte strikes out 2 and 3 here in the top of the first inning. No score for Kansas City. Yankees coming up.
To carry the weight, to withstand any burden, to provide enduring security takes strength. Strength beyond people's means. It's the financial strength in every life insurance policy New York Life has ever written. Strength is the steel this company was built around. It's what makes New York Life the company you keep.
Now get free unlimited airtime to any one number from Bell Atlantic Mobile. The best value in wireless, now at Nobody Beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
Yankee fans, join the excitement when the New York Yankees battle the Texas Rangers on Thursday, August 13th and Friday the 14th, both at 7:30. Then on Saturday the 15th at 1 and Sunday the 16th at 1:30. On the 13th, fans 21 and older will receive an insulated cooler bag, compliments of Hormel and Land O'Lakes. On the 15th, all fans will receive a 1958 World Series replica pin, compliments of Chase Manhattan Bank. On the 16th, fans 14 and under will receive a Zoom toy, compliments of Primordial. Get your tickets now.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium, and a beautiful day for baseball here. Kansas City and the New York Yankees. Kansas City did not score top half the first inning. Here comes the Yankees, and the starting lineup brought to you by Corona. Corona Extra, change your whole attitude. For Joe Torre, looks pretty much the same. Knobloch, Jeter, O'Neill, the first 3. Williams, Martinez, and Darryl Strawberry, the designated hitter this afternoon, followed by Curtis, Brocious, and Girardi.
Here's Kansas City's starting defense. Morris, Allensworth, Damon in the outfield. Leas, Rivera, Offerman, King, and back of the plate, Sal Fasano. Sal Fasano filling in today for the injured Mike Sweeney. And Sal got hit Friday night, so he's in here. Tough, Bobby, playing back of home plate. And it's tough out there on the mound at 6 and 8. Young man was on the DL from May 6th to May 23rd. With a cracked callus on his right thumb. 95 innings pitched, 6 and 8.
And the first pitch to Chuck Knobloch, leading off here in the bottom of the first, in there for a called strike. Knobloch's numbers a little bit out of proportion for Chuck Knobloch for what we know. The 251 average is down. 15 home runs is a career high for him. 54 RBIs. That's the Chuck Knobloch that we have been aware of, going to the opposite field with a line drive and setting the tone for his offense.
You had him at 251 and all those home runs. Usually it's about 351, but that's where Chuck Knobloch hits the ball. And he's been hitting the ball to left field because they've been trying to throw him in. Now the Royal pitchers are saying, okay, we can't pitch him in anymore. Let's go away. Now when you go away, then Chuck will go to right and right center field. That's where he hits best.
Yeah, 11 home runs since the All-Star break for Knobloch. More than any Yankee. As Derek Jeter steps in. 319, 14 home runs, 56 RBIs for Jeter. That's That's back up the middle. Knocked down nicely by Pichardo. His only play is to go to second. Speedy Jeter will beat the throw back to first, so one gone. Yankees come out swinging.
Boy, 2 pitches, 2 swings of the bat. Pichardo knocked the ball down and then got it over to the shortstop, Rivera, who had no chance of getting Jeter. Good slide by Chuck Knobloch. You see him go with his feet up like that, not with the spikes out, but with the legs bent to try to knock the shortstop and just knock him off balance so that he can't get a lot on the throw.
All right, Jeter with speed on at first base with 23 steals on the year. That'll bring up Paul O'Neill. Pichardo will have to pay attention to Jeter at first. Another part of this offense for Joe Torre. Check that out. Knobloch, Jeter, Curtis. First Yankee threesome with at least 20 stolen bases in the same season since 1976. And just to add something to that, Knobloch and Jeter with 23 steals are the first middle infielders in Yankee history to have it each 20 stolen bases on the year. So quite a 1-2 punch for this 3rd, 4th, and 5th place hitters in this lineup. And Tommy having speed at first base, that takes the concentration away from the batter as far as the pitcher is concerned.
Absolutely.
So that adds to it.
When you get a runner that can steal, and as a pitcher, and you pay so much attention to him throwing over to first base, throwing over to first base, throwing over to first base, all of a sudden you make a bad pitch going home.
1 ball, 1 strike count to O'Neill. 1 out here in the bottom of the 1st.
You know, we showed, you see where Jeter's hands are? They're down, they're in the ready position. He's ready to steal or go back either way. As you recall, Offerman had his hands on his knees. I don't even worry about Offerman.
Good pitch by Pichardo, the outside corner. Now it's 1-2 on O'Neill. Another good year for Paul O'Neill. 17 home runs, 82 RBIs. Tino leads the club with RBIs. That's in the 90 category. In fact, it is 90. Back up the middle. Off the glove of Offerman, but a perfect glance. And a carom off the glove to the shortstop Lopez, or Rivera that is. And they complete the double play. How about that? No score here at the stadium.
Lemonade, can't forget strawberry.
New fruit colada from Dunkin' Donuts. Come see what all the excitement's about.
According to Smart Money magazine, the BMW 528i has the lowest ownership cost rate in the entire category, which is good to know, considering it also has the highest ownership fun rate in the entire category. Lease a 528i for $458 a month for 36 months at your Tri-State BMW Center. $3,458 due at signing.
Frosted Cheerios, so good this box never closes.
32, please.
You're going to want a lot more than that. Sorry, break time. Hope no one's in a rush. Oh, whatever. Don't worry about it. We're fine. Don't worry. No rush.
Every O is Frosted the whole way around for a taste you can't get enough of. Frosted Cheerios taste so good this box never closes.
Of course this is an emergency. I'm out of cereal.
Well, back to the stadium, top of the 2nd inning, and that pretty much tells it all here on WPIX. That's from Stamford, Connecticut. Very innovative, these Yankee fans are. The Yankees continue their battle against the American League Central when the when they square off against the Minnesota Twins for a 3-game set, starting on Monday, August the 10th, and then Tuesday, August 11th, both at 7:30. Then on Wednesday, August the 12th at 1 o'clock. On Wednesday the 12th, all fans will receive a Yankee pad and pin at the set, compliments of Bell Atlantic Mobile. Tickets are available now through Ticketmaster and also the Yankee ticket windows. Top of the second. That'll bring up Jeff King, the first baseman. No score here at the stadium. And a backdoor curveball to start him off with a strike. King with good numbers again for Kansas City in the home run and RBI department. A legitimate 100-run batted in guy and home run threat. A slow roller. Barehanded nicely by Brocious. His only play at third, and it turns up perfect for him.
Well, the easier of the ground balls of the plays that Scott Brocious has had, he missed, and that is a tough play. You got to try that sometime, going down, and the key to it is watching the ball go into your hand, and you've got to field it on your throwing leg, by your right leg, so that you take the one step with your left and then you throw.
Watch his footwork here. See how he just shuffled his feet a little bit there to get himself
to make sure that that right foot
on
is
the right
there.
foot. Yeah.
Yep.
Hit hard by Scott Leyes, but it's no go as Knobloch is there to throw him out. So the first pitch to Scotty Leyes.
Couple ex-teammates right there. How many times has Scott Leyes seen Chuck Knobloch do this? Ball is hit hard, and he just takes a couple steps, backhands it. Then you see Chuck got his feet underneath him and got his feet set and stepped towards first base, much like a pitcher.
Of course, Knobloch playing for the Minnesota Twins. Scott Leyes also playing third base for the Twins, also from Merrineck here in the tri-state area. We kind of feel that Scotty Leyes is one of the guys in this area. This will bring up Hal Morris.
I asked Scott Leyes yesterday. We were in the clubhouse and we were talking about, you know, his family day and all this. And I said, how would you like to be out here, you know, maybe backup player with the Yankees? And he just started going down.
Who wouldn't want to be this year? Or any years you can put on those pinstripes, but to be a part of this area here, be a local guy somewhat, to be able to play almost at home, that's got to be terrific. Like Joe Torre. Or Joe managed the New York Mets for a few years and then come back here to Yankee Stadium, and he's gone through this huge rivalry that the Mets have had along with the Yankees and the Dodgers and the Yankees and the Giants years ago, and a lot of baseball history right here in just one little small area, but the whole world knows about it. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Morris. And of course the famed Yankee Stadium, one of the greatest sporting facilities in all the world. It's a packed house today on Beanie Baby Day, the 2nd of the year. Beautiful sight here, along with Monument Park out in left center field. Hit hard into right field, but Paul O'Neill is there. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Pettitte and the Yankees. No score here at the stadium.
Honey, I'm late. Where are my keys? Where are my keys?
You got a minute?
We've got to go.
Well, Toyota's National Clearance Event is here, and it's worth time out of your busy schedule to see the great selection and clearance values on Camry, America's #1 selling car. Now you can get $750 customer cash, or take your choice of special financing or affordable year-end leases. So take a minute and get to Toyota's National Clearance Event.
Where can I get Bell Atlantic mobile wireless service? I know I saw a store around here somewhere. Wait a minute. I can go to any Nobody Beats the Wiz location. That's where I can get the best wireless values in New York and New Jersey. Like free unlimited airtime to one number I choose when I call from my home rate area. Anytime I call. That means the number that I call the most saves me the most. And I know there's a store right over here.
Bell Atlantic mobile service is now at Nobody Beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
Ma'am, you ordered a pizza?
Yes, I did.
Let's go, boys.
There's a better way to deliver oven-fresh pizza. The new Domino's Heat Wave, the only delivery bag that's like a portable oven for the best tasting Domino's ever. Domino's, delivering to millions miles a day. Get any 2 medium pizzas with all your favorite toppings for just $13.99. That's right, 2 medium pizzas. Choose any crust, any toppings. Call Domino's now.
We always love the Volunteers, but this Sunday at 5, check that this Saturday at 5 p.m. Check out the Jets versus the Ravens. It's Joe Namath and Kenny Albert. They will call the action for you right here on the WV11. But the Jets successful in their first outing this year against the Eagles. And we like and love South Brunswick Volunteers too. How about that? We've got some more pictures up there.
You know, the thing is, all of my
what does that
cards are in black and white.
All right, thank you very much. There's Stretch right up above the sign, too. Stretch, Beanie Baby. And a lot of young fans here watching this conclusion of the 4-game series between the Yankees and Kansas City. And you know what? The Beanie Babies have really taken off, especially in baseball. They were hot before baseball got involved with them. Now we have the promotional days with Beanie Babies, and everybody loves to come out throughout baseball and enjoy picking up a Beanie Baby and watching a baseball game. What's wrong with that?
We went to the All-Star game, and they passed out Beanie Babies, and when my wife Sally and I walked through the gate, somebody offered us $50 a piece for it.
And, of course, you wouldn't sell.
Absolutely not.
1 ball, 1 strike count to Bernie. You wanted 150, right?
2 dozen golf balls, but they could have had it.
A bright, sunshiny day here at the stadium. And Bernie wears those glasses in the field and also at the plate. Bernie's glasses are a little bit different than everybody else's. His has that amber tint to it. You can see somewhat of a high sky here. That'll be fouled out of play. Beautiful day for baseball, and right after the game you can rush right out to the golf course and play 9 wonderful holes too, I imagine. High and not deep enough though. Bernie got underneath it just a little bit. So Allensworth will put it away. 1 gone. Bernie plays center field here at Yankee Stadium, TJ, so he knows what a high sky is like.
Well, he was out there for 2 innings, and he knows that anything can happen. You can lose the ball up there, and hustling all the way. That's the trademark of this ball club. You know, one of the things Muser said about this ball club, I don't care how good they are, they have one word: character. He said they have character. And that's hard to get this day and age.
And one of the guys that leads in that category right there is this guy at the plate, Tino Martinez. Tony Muser looks on. Tino now with 18 home runs and 90 RBIs. 90 RBIs leads the Yankees. Well, the Yankee ball club 83 and 29. That's a record pace for them. They're on their quest to win or try to win 117. That would be most wins in a single season in all time. And we'll take another look at Tony Muser's quote. They're quite a bit to handle. They can turn. They can turn a game around real quickly, and he knows so much about that, because if you make a mistake against this ball club, they make you pay for it right then and there.
Well, yesterday's game was a good example. For 5 innings, it was a very good ball game. And then all of a sudden, a couple base hits and a key walk to Tim Raines, and then boom, you can't get the gates shut once the flood starts.
Pichardo hasn't walked anybody in this game so far. And that's a strikeout, his first of the game.
Now watch Fasano go. That ball's right inside, right on the inside corner at the knees. And they got Tino yesterday on about the same pitch from the left-hander, Glendon Rush. Right there, that locks him up.
And Darryl Strawberry steps in with 21 home runs, and it's a strike to Strawberry with a .263 average, 51 RBIs. Straw now with 9 home runs in his last 32 at bats. And Strawberry on a pace as far as ratio is concerned, and Oscar Gamble would even congratulate Strawberry on this, hitting a home run every 10.6 at bats. Well, he put on quite a show for everybody here at Yankee Stadium during batting practice.
Oh. Nine for 32, 9 HRs. It's all right. I tell you, as a pitcher, if you've got somebody with that kind of ratio, as Oscar would say, you know you got to make some quality pitches.
On the ground, right side. King will make the play to Pichardo. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Pichardo and Kansas City. We played 2, still no score.
What you want is a minivan at a great price. What you need is Ford's factory authorized clearance going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because now you can get Flo's zero-line financing on Ford Windstar with its 5-star crash test rating. What you want is Windstar's comfort and convenience. What you need is Flo's zero-line financing for up to 48 months or $1,500 cash back. What you want is a great selection to choose from. And what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store now.
What's Ansky?
What?
What the hell is Ansky?
Oh, this. I didn't do good at all.
Slide back.
Hey, what is that? There you go.
Nice, right?
Yanks.
Yanks.
Yeah! Oh. Let's go, guys! All right!
Dumb son of a...
People get ready, get into the city. Come on, join in, everybody join in. Working together, mind and soul. Dreaming, believe it's where you wanna be. Oh, join in, everybody. Everybody join in.
All right, top of the third here at Yankee Stadium, no score. Let's check the upcoming telecast brought to you by Ford. Expect more, get more. Let your Tri-State Quality Ford dealers show you why there's more to afford. And after this series today, Minnesota comes to town for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday's game. Broadcast on Madison Square Garden Network. Jim Kahn and Ken Singleton there. And then the mighty Texas Rangers comes to Yankee Stadium. We're going to have it all right here on the WB11 for you, starting on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. So we've got Gonzalez, we've got Rodriguez, we've got Todd Stottlemyre, who will be pitching on Friday. Stottlemyre traded from St. Louis to Texas right before that deadline, so that should be a very interesting night. Mel Stottlemyre, of course, the pitching coach for the Yankees, and Todd towing the mound against his dad and the New York Yankees. Sal Fasano leads it off here in the third.
Wonder if Todd's going to take his pop out to dinner.
Just imagine. And his mom, too. Off the end of the bat. Curtis will make an easy play of it in left field. One gone.
Number 3, Luis.
So one gone. That'll bring up Rivera.
Number 3.
Well, Kansas City having all kinds of problems now at shortstop now that Jay Bell has opted for free agency and taken off to the Diamondbacks. Lopez plays there. Rivera plays there. And that's going to put a little bit more pressure on Offerman, too, at second base, who needs somebody that he can count on. He's got a new shortstop almost every day.
I think you can get by with having switching catchers, but it's tough to do it with shortstops.
You know, everybody has their own little intricacies. The Boomer has his, but you know, everybody covers the bag a little differently. David Wells back on May the 17th. You know, he pitched that perfect game here at Yankee Stadium. That was the first ever Beanie Baby Day here. And we take a look at the upcoming starters. Arabu on Monday, and Wells gets the call again on Tuesday. Then David Cone goes for number 17 on Wednesday. Johnny Damon now bats for the second time. He struck out leading off in the first.
David Cone's got that ERA down to 3.50, and what was it, about 17 or something like that after 2 or 3 starts?
Well, if you take a couple of the earlier bad outings out of that earned run average, department, he's down around the low 2s, or maybe even the 1s. Leads the American League in wins. That's inside for a ball. And speaking of wins, the Yankees starters, boy, do they have the hot hands. More wins, and the total wins of 24 out of the 29 teams, excluding Atlanta and the other clubs there, San Diego, Houston. We'll talk more about Houston. Knobloch had to go back into his glove and get a better grip on it, but he's able to throw out Damon, who can motor down the line. No score here at the stadium.
I'm late. Where are my keys? Where are my keys?
You got a minute?
We've got to go.
Well, Toyota's National Clearance Event is here, and it's worth time out of your busy schedule to see the great selection and clearance values on Camry, America's #1 selling car. Now you can get 750 customer cash, or take your choice of special financing or affordable year-end leases. So take a minute and get to Toyota's National Clearance Event.
Having fun yet? Then get to the Summer of Fun and nobody beats the Wiz. Buy the fun stuff you want and get more fun stuff, like special offers, tickets to games, Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall with select purchases. See newspaper for details. Nobody beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
Well, after the game, basketball great Kevin McHale drops by Cheers, but when this hoop star goes one-on-one with Cliff, he'll end up with much more than he really bargained for. It's all coming up on Cheers right after the game, only on the WV11. Yankee fans galore, and when you are sitting in a hot sun, it's always good to have a little beverage there to keep you hydrated. Also, if you want to enjoy an ice cream cone, as that young lady was doing.
Better eat it fast.
Better eat it fast. It's going to melt. And she's doing a good job of it, too. All right. I think enjoy it. Chad Curtis leads it off for the Yankees. Here at the bottom of the third, no score. 1 hit in the ball game. That coming from Knobloch in the bottom of the first inning.
One thing Pichardo's doing that the other Kansas City pitchers they have not done is he's just challenging these batters, just pouring strike, first strike, and I think that's the way you have to pitch against this Yankee ball club. You may get clubbed around, but you're certainly going to get hit harder if it's 2-0, 2-1, or 2-2.
Pichardo is 28 years old. And he has pitched mostly out of the bullpen for Kansas City. Another thing he's doing, that got in on the hands a little bit of Curtis, so it should be an easy play for Morris in left field. Blast is down. One gone. Well, a big crowd on hand today. This is a capacity crowd for the Yankees. 1998 attendance figures for you. And the largest all-time total attendance figure, 2.6 million plus in 1988. But have to average 39,000 plus to break the all-time record. With 39,000, get the Yankees to 3 million. That seems to be the big number being talked about here at Yankee Stadium. I think Mr. Steinbrenner mentioned that he would talk to people about maybe keeping the Yankees here at Yankee Stadium, and if they reach the 3 million attendance figure, but I'm not so sure they're going to make it.
Well, you would think with this kind of ball club that 3 million wouldn't be that hard to attain. But I know that if they had a new ballpark, that 3 million would be a drop in the bucket.
Well, the Yankees 36,000 plus this year at home. They've actually drawn more people on the road than they have at home.
Average wise, they only had like 46 home games, and I was looking. I think California has 63 home games so far. Yankees have 45 or 6.
This is the 50th game at home.
50th game at home.
62 on the road, so that explains that. Yankees actually don't play on the road that much anymore from this point until the season is over with. And that should not be too good for the rest of the ball clubs, because here at Yankee Stadium, the Yankees are 41-8. They've only lost 8 games so far in 49 games. Brocious with a 2-2 count. Well hit in the left field. Morris going back. He will look up, and it is gone. Another home run for one of the Fab Four. And Scott Brocious will put the Yankees in front with his 12th home run of the year.
Well, we said Pichardo hung a high forkball, and that's what Brocious is, a good high ball hitter.
And Girardi will bounce one just foul at third. So Brocious now with 67 RBIs in that 7th, 8th, and 9th slot.
Well, that was just belt high right down the middle of the plate. And a forkball is only going about 72 miles an hour, 75 miles an hour.
Brocious hit a 3-run home run yesterday. Never has a club had to be so concerned about the last 4 batters in a lineup. That was hit hard, and Pichardo makes a nice play to throw out Girardi.
And like I said, Pichardo just boring down, throwing strikes, and that was a sinker down and in. If you're going to throw a lot of ground balls as a pitcher, you better be ready to field the ball.
And especially if you're throwing it down and away, or up and away. This will bring up Chuck Knobloch for the 2nd time. Knobloch got the first base hit for the Yankees as he went to right field. Two balls and no strikes, but a couple of men out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Tony Muser looking on, and he's got to be wondering, what do we have to do to beat the Yankees? Now it's 2-1.
Well, one thing, you better pitch. That's the one you better start off.
Out of play. One thing that Pichardo has been doing that the other three starters haven't done is he's getting ahead with a strike. First pitch. First pitch strike means so much in a ball game when you're facing a hitter. Bruce Keeson, the pitching coach, looking on too. And I know you've had a lot of conversation with Keeson and Muser and Tom Bergmeyer, who's in the bullpen. That's up high for ball 3.
Keeson was one of the toughest pitchers I've ever played with or played against. He would knock you down, and that's what he tries to teach. Not knock down that you're going to hurt somebody, but you want to pitch inside right there.
Establishing the pitch inside. Good pitch by Pichardo, striking on non-block, but Scott Brocious, number 12 for him. Yankees lead it 1-0.
Let us help you plan your future with investment programs from the brokerage professionals at First Union. Talk to us. Not just pretty soon, but as soon as you can. So that the one thing you'd hoped you'd do one day, you actually will.
Racist, nutrageous. So loaded, you don't eat it, you survive it.
Boy, I hope they have the suntan lotion on here at the top of the 4th. Yankees lead it 1-0. Let's take a look at some of the out-of-town scores brought to you by Bud. Seattle 2-1 over Detroit in the 5th inning. Oakland, Toronto all tied up, along with Cleveland and Tampa Bay and Anaheim in front of Chicago 2-0. Baltimore and Minnesota scoreless. And Jermaine Allensworth leads it off for KC here in the 4th inning. Strike 1 to Allensworth. He grounded out his first time up. Well, the Royals are the only team in the majors with a winning record on the road and a losing record at home, so they've got it backwards, TJ. It's play 500 on the road
and then you make your
winning record at home. Yeah.
Well, the Yankees are doing it even one better. Playing great at home and playing great on the road.
That's extending it a bit. No go inside. It's 2 balls and a strike now to Allensworth. And we take a look at that American League Central, and Cleveland has a commanding lead. Kansas City second, along with Minnesota 13.5 games back. Everybody thought maybe the White Sox were going to challenge this year, but it just hasn't happened. Their chemistry over there, I think, is really out of balance at ball club. They've been struggling for quite some time. They were unable to make a trade for Robin Ventura. There was so much talk about Robin Ventura being traded before the deadline. That never happened.
The problem with that now, unless they get him through waivers, they're either going to have to sign him or lose him to a draft choice.
How about Randy Myers ending up in San Diego?
Wow.
Do you think San Diego really wanted him?
No. They wanted to stop Atlanta from getting him.
Well, they did it. They also picked up about $13 million in salary over the next couple of years. You know, where does he really, you know, that's going to be a little bit of a juggling act there, too, because Hoffman was a closer. Randy Myers hasn't been pitching that well. There was some talk. I read in the paper that they may ask Randy Myers to try to set up Hoffman. I don't know if that's going to work. You got one guy making almost $7 million a year who's been the all-time closer. One of the all-time closers anyway, Randy Myers. He may not go for that. Up high, ball 4.
Three balls, and Andy just tried to overthrow a little bit, got underneath the ball, and went high and away. But it's good to see that he's got a little pop on the fastball today, because that tells you that that trapezius muscle, actually it's just about the top of where his 4 is on his uniform. That's about where the muscle is.
Well, you can't get loose today. Allensworth.
You could get loose just shaking hands.
Yeah, Allensworth has pretty good speed at first. Offerman also has good speed. He walked back in the first inning. Nobody out here in the fourth inning for Kansas City. Pettitte has always been good throwing that cutter down and in, getting a ground ball and a double play. And he has a lot of confidence, TJ, in this infield. Brocious, Jeter, Knobloch, and Martinez. Just put it on the ground, you'll take your chances.
I think that would be a pretty good game plan. You can throw the ball down here, and in fact, if you can keep the ball in the ballpark, this Yankee defense will track it down.
Offerman in that 27 game hitting streak, 27 for 28 now he's hit in. That's a good pitch on the outside corner, batting almost .425. Career pickoffs 42. 1998 he has 5. That's down for him in 98 because not many guys are challenging him. When they get on at first base, they just kind of hold there.
I don't think I threw over to first base 42 times in a career, and he's got 42 pickoffs.
Nice piece of hitting by Offerman into right field. Allensworth will go to third, and nobody out here in the fourth inning. Kansas City threatening. So far, Stretch hasn't done as good a job for Andy Pettitte as Valentino did for David Wells.
Boy, this was a good pitch right here, and Andy Pettitte didn't get a lot for it. Good curveball down and away. Watch Offerman go down and just flick his bat right there. Just flicked his bat out and just looped it out onto the right field. Just a little lob shot.
Well, you don't hit in 27 games unless you can put the wood on the baseball. So now good speed at first base in Offerman, and power at the plate in Dean Palmer. Palmer struck out his first time up. You know, back in Palmer's earlier days when he was just coming up, he was so anxious at home plate. He would almost swing at anything that was close, but it was in the dirt or up high. He's a little bit more patient now.
But isn't that true, though, for most young power hitters? They come up to the big leagues and they're anxious, but they want to show their stuff. And it just takes you a while to learn what your strike zone is and where you hit the ball and how pitchers are going to try to pitch you.
Palmer, the highest paid player on this KC roster. When you're anxious, sometimes you swing at a lot of bad pitches with runners in scoring position, and numbers are really down for Palmer in that category. Up the middle, and Knobloch was covering at second base. He's not able to flag it down. Allensworth comes on to score. That'll tie it at 1. And Offerman will end up at third. Still nobody out. And how many times have we said it? The leadoff walk has come around to haunt another pitcher. This time it's the Yankees.
This was another good pitch by Andy Pettitte. A cutter in, and not every good pitch does results in an out. Watch the cutter. That ball was right inside. Palmer just nubbed it off the handle of his bat. But on the hit and run, Chuck Knobloch was covering second base, as most second basemen do when a right-handed hitter is hitting. And he couldn't go back and get the ball. If they don't run, Chuck probably gets that ball on the outfield.
And this will bring up Jeff King. King also 0 for 1. Go back to that pitch to Palmer. Yeah, it was inside. It may have been up a little bit more than what Pettitte would want it to be. If it's down a little bit more, he probably hits it on the ground. That's pretty technical.
No, but it's the truth.
Now it's 1-1.
Because as you know, when you get that ball up, you can get jammed from the belt to the letters, but you can also fight the ball off with your strength. Yep, in the air. And when that ball's down and in, the best chance you have is probably hit it to shortstop.
That's on the ground, but to the right side, and it finds a hole. So Offerman will come on to score. The KC Royals will take a 2-1 lead over the Yankees here in the fourth, and still nobody out. 3 hits back to back for Kansas City. Not a one of them have really been hit that hard.
This is a changeup. You see Andy got his 3-fingered grip, and a good changeup. And like we said, not every good pitch results in an out. Look at that. This ball's out in front, and he just takes it and flicks it. Okay, the only thing wrong with Andy Pettitte right now is he's just not getting good results from good pitches. I'm sure Mel Stottlemyre's had a couple sinkers and a couple sliders have been hit down and away, down and in. Little nubbers.
Scott Leas now will try to sacrifice the runners to second and third.
Strange move. Runners on first and second. Going to sacrifice them over for a left-handed hitter.
Getting behind Leas is Hal Morris. As we take a look at the defensive alignment against Scott Leas.
Maybe they did it to try to get the Yankees to throw Leas a fastball, figuring that he is going to bunt.
And once again, the ball is fouled out of play, so now it's 0-2.
Leas gets turned around, but watch him jab the bat. The barrel of the bat got down below his hands. And if he bunts the ball, he would probably have bunted it in the air.
Musier shaking his head. What would be a fundamental play, you know, bunting the runners up to second and third, trying to get another run in here. Now it could turn into 2. Foul block for 1. Back to Martinez. It is a double play. So the failed sacrifice by Scott Leas turns into a double play as the runner moves up to third. Leas may have hurt his foot.
We'll see this cutter going down and in. And like we said, when that ball's down just a bit, you'll swing over the top of it. And the Leas swung over the top of it, hit a nice little easy ground ball.
He may have pulled a hamstring there, or a calf muscle. So Hal Morris now will bat with a couple of men out and a runner at third. He pops it up down the left field line. Curtis has got a beat on with the sunglasses down, and he will run out of room. That is a tough play, fighting that sun, the high sky, and the stands.
The problem is you're running hard, and you know those stands are going to get there and bite you if you keep on running. There's only about 2 feet, 3 feet of room in that foul territory.
And as you run, the eyes are bobbing up and down. So an 0-1 count to Morris. A chopper back up the middle and past Knobloch for another base hit. Palmer will come on to score. It will be 3-1 Kansas City. And all of these hits, Tommy John, I mean, they haven't been hit hard, but they've been placed perfectly.
Watch this cutter down and away, right up the middle. That's those seeing eye base hits, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing you can do. If the ball is hit 3 feet either way, Knobloch can probably get it.
So now Sal Fasano will step in. Hit hard and past Brooks is down the left field line. Morris will round second and go to third. The throw is not in time. Morris just underneath the throw from Curtis in the outfield. And Kansas City will have runners at second and third.
Breaking ball that Fasano went down and just golfed it. Oh, the ball just ticked Brocious' glove. And I thought Chad Curtis had a good shot at getting Hal Morris, but a good slide. You see him slide away and just grabbed with his hand. Good slide by Hal Morris.
And a good call by the umpire down the third baseline. So this brings up the 9th place hitter, Rivera, as Kansas City is looking for more here in the 4th. They've scored 3 already. It's 3-1 Kansas City.
This is a big out right here because even and he's been cuffed around this inning. It's only 3-1. You get this batter out and you're 2 down. If you give a base hit here, now you're down 5-1.
If Kansas City keeps this up, we'll probably see Stretch hung in effigy here at Yankee Stadium.
Stretch will be stretched.
Yes, he will. Morris at third, and Fasano down at second.
That was nasty, that last pitch. This is where, if you're going to throw the cutter, that's where you want it, right down in there about thigh high, diving in. They want to go back inside with the same pitch.
And this time they get a foul ball towards Kansas City's dugout. That's where the two-seamer really would come in pretty handy now. You know, you've been pounding low and in, and you get that ball
it down and away.
Down and away. And that's one of the things that Stottlemyre has been working with Andy Pettitte on is throwing that two-seamer, you know, where it just moves a little bit away from the right-handed batter.
Well, I'll tell you, if anybody can throw a two-seam sinking fastball, it was Mel Stottlemyre.
And there it was, just missing outside. Rivera not biting.
Andy thought he had a strikeout right there, but you see Girardi reach out for the ball. If that ball hits Girardi in the glove so that he doesn't have to move it, it's a strike 3 and still be off the plate slightly.
3-2 count, checked out. A 2-2 count coming. Now it's 3-2.
I look 3-2, 2 outs. Andy Pettitte will probably come back in with that cutter down and in. The one that he got him to swing at 1-1.
Got him to pop it up into right field. O'Neill puts it away, but Kansas City does damage here in the top of the 4th. They come up with 3. They now lead it 3-1.
Got a minute?
We got a pack.
Did you know Toyota's National Clearance Event is here? And now's the time to get a great buy on the best Toyota selection in years. If you need more room and more value, come in for great clearance buys on Toyota's best-selling models. Plus, see Camry Solara, all new and just arrived. So take a minute and take the family to Toyota's National Clearance Event. Now at your Toyota dealer.
Having fun yet? Then get to the summer of fun and nobody beats the Wiz. Buy the fun stuff you want and get more fun stuff, like special offers, tickets to games, Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall with select purchases. See newspaper for details. Nobody beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
Jet fans, get your game faces on, because Bill Parcells and the 98 Jets are ready to rock the Meadowlands. Baltimore's coming to town with new quarterback Jim Harbaugh. These Ravens are looking to fly, but the Jets are ready to take them down. They're going to rock them, they're going to sock them, and no one's going to stop them. This lean green team is walking tall and looking mean. With Mo Lewis, Keyshawn Johnson, and Aaron Glenn, the New York Jets are back. Baltimore, beware. The Jets battle the Ravens Saturday, August 15th, only on the WB 11.
Yeah. Well, it's stretch Beanie Baby Day here at Yankee Stadium. Kansas City now in front 3-1 here at the bottom of the fourth inning. Come down to the stadium and cheer on the Yankees as they face the Texas Rangers for 4 games starting on Thursday, August the 13th, Friday, August the 14th. Both those starts at 7:30. Then on Saturday, August 15th at 1 o'clock. Sunday the 16th at 1:30. On Thursday the 13th, fans 21 and older will receive a Yankee insulated cooler at the Cooler Bag compliments of Hormel and Land O'Lakes. Tickets are available now at the stadium and also through Ticketmaster. You can also pick some up at the Yankee Clubhouse stores. So the Texas Rangers come to town as the fans here enjoy an ice cream cone and Duke University. Looks like a Duke University has, is that right?
That's a Duke University. That's a future Dookie. Save your money, son.
No, Pop, save your money.
Yes, Pop, save your money is exactly right.
Well, the Yankees come to bat here in the bottom of the fourth inning, behind by 2, and this is really nothing new to New York against Kansas City because they've actually been behind Kansas City each and every game and have come back to win. Jeter swings at the first pitch, lines it to Offerman at second, so 1 pitch, 1 out. And Leyes did hurt himself because now Terry Pendleton has come in to play third base for Kansas City. So Pendleton checked that Leyes running down the first baseline. It looked like he either hurt his foot or may have pulled a hamstring. In other words, he's out of the game. Paul O'Neill now will step in. O'Neill bounced into a double play in the first inning. Popped him up this time left side. And Hal Morris will take care of it. 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the fourth for Pichardo, but he's throwing strikes.
What were you saying? That's
first pitch strike.
That's exactly right. Boy, you know, if a pitcher just sits back and watches successful pitchers pitch, whether it's on his ball club, the opposing ball club, or other teams playing, you'll find out 99.9% of them pitch out in front.
You know, one of Arabu's successes this year has been Stottlemyre and him working on that breaking ball in spring training, throwing it the first pitch.
Just flip it up for
the strike. Just throw it up there because everybody else is looking for that good fastball that he has. And next thing you know, he's 0-1. Now Bernie will step in. That's down low and inside. Ball 1 to Williams.
You watch this young man pitch. And you kind of wonder why he has a 5.27 ERA and is 6-8. He's got good stuff. And if he throws strikes and challenges hitters, that's baffling how he can be sub 500.
Well, he's 6'1", 195 pounds.
Well, that ball had good movement on it, man. Started inside.
Pichardo may not have a good record for himself, but He's made 15 starts coming into this game for Kansas City, and the Royals are 9-6 in those 15 starts of his. Down low for a ball. Now it's 3-1 to Williams. First time that Pichardo has faced the Yankees here in 1998. Hit hard and past Rivera in the left field for a base hit. Two-out base hit for the Yankees here in the fourth. And that will get Tino Martinez to the plate. Well, that's typical Bernie Williams, a line drive, and he hits it hard.
Well, we were just saying how often Pichardo's been pitching out in front. Well, he got a first pitch strike, then the count went 3-1. This is what happens when you pitch behind in the count. You've got to throw a strike, and that ball was right down the middle of the plate. I tell you, when Bernie's swinging the bat well, the ball just leaps off that bat.
Tino, who struck out his first time up, will take a pitch down low for a ball. Martinez with 18 home runs on the year. 2 outs at a situation he'll look for one to drive. And that's outside now. Pichardo has fallen behind 2-0.
I like what Pisano's doing right here, Bobby. He's out in front of the game 3-1. He's got 2 outs. And all of a sudden he's fallen behind 2-0. And Pisano, whoa, we aren't going to have that. Let's go out. Because to me, the catcher is an extension of Bruce Keeson right there during the game. You know what your pitcher wants to do. Go out and try to get him off the ball train.
2-0 pitch hit on the ground. Backhanded nicely by King. I think Tino actually hit it on the end of the bat a bit. So the Yankees are gone here in the fourth. We played 4. Kansas City is front by 2.
Need a faster truck?
Hey, this is yesterday's paper.
Now you have a chance to win a real Ron Hornaday NASCAR racing truck, a 1-year lease on a 99 Chevy pickup, or a tool set during Napa Auto Parts Trucking and Tooling Sweepstakes and Sale. Come by today.
Tomorrow's paper.
Bosch Super Spark Plugs, only 89 cents each.
Motel 6 is renovating nationwide, and once you see how nice the new rooms are, you'll want to stay up extra late just to enjoy them. I'm Tom Bodette from Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you.
Oh, no. No. What are you doing? Give me the bat. Stance is all wrong. Check this out. Come to Papa.
The Saturn wagon. With easy to maintain, dent-resistant doors.
Woo. Good pitch. I'll see you guys later.
He had the most beautiful swing. It was like nothing I had ever seen before.
He would practice all the time. Broke every window in the neighborhood.
He went on to do things with physics I didn't think possible.
When you're using an American Express card, nothing's out of bounds. Boundaries are for golf, not life.
Well, here in the top of the 5th inning, Kansas City leads it 3-1 over New York. Let's take a look at the American League Eastern standings, and Boston now has fallen a couple more games back of New York. They're 17 games back. Yankees blowing everybody out in this Eastern Division race. It's just who is going to finish in the wild card. And right now, Boston has the lead, I think, about 7 games over Baltimore, don't they?
Baltimore and Anaheim are tied 7.5 games back. And that's the only ones close.
Johnny Damon leads it off for Kansas City here in the 5th inning. He'll be followed by Allensworth and then Offerman. Damon sends this one foul down the right field line. Well, we do get word that Scott Leyes left the ball game due to a hamstring pull.
Looked like he hit the bag and it was a little soft and hit it right in the middle, and that hamstring, boom.
And Damon taking a pitch in for a call strike, looking to bunt his way on.
Good pitch there. The first ball was a fastball in that Damon turned on and hit it foul, way back foul. And Girardi and Pettitte wanted to go away with the breaking ball. Watch him go away with the cutter right here.
He hung the breaking ball, and Damon sends it down the right field line. This should be a play. O'Neill's throw. He didn't get a good grip on it, I don't think. It looked like maybe he stumbled. I thought it would be closer than that. So a leadoff double for Johnny Damon.
See Girardi going outside, and watch the glove go back to the middle of the plate, and that's not where they wanted to throw the ball at 0-2. But Johnny Damon has got some speed, and he never slowed down one bit.
So nobody out, and a runner at second for Kansas City, and Jermaine Allensworth will step in. Allensworth has bounced out to third, and Walk came around to score in the fourth. In fact, he was the leadoff walk in the fourth inning when they scored 3.
That was good. That little try to bunt right there. Although he could have done a better job of getting it down, it looked like he was trying to drag the ball more than just give himself up. But we'll see what kind of a ball player he is. He tried to bunt. Let's see if he hits the ball to the right side to try and get Damon over to third.
You know, I think that bunt right there was more of a bunt for a base hit and also get the runner over it. If you're going to do that, you either got to make it perfect or foul. Now he goes to the right side, and once again it's foul. So Pettitte now with nobody out here in the 5th inning. That's the line with 68 pitches.
But that's just a little high. If you would like about 4 innings, you'd like for it to be somewhere around 55 to 62 pitches, right in that 14 to 15 pitch per inning range. You'd like for it to be about 30 pitches, but
and a shutout and a no-hit. Allensworth trying to bunt with 2 strikes on him. This will be successful. And that was all he was there to do, was to get the runner up to third with less than 2 outs.
Watch the cutter. You see Andy getting on top of the ball, and good job of bunting right there. The first time he tried to go to first base with his bunt, he tried to make it too good right down the line, and you don't have to do it. Just put it on the ground.
So Offerman now, who is 1 for 1. He'll try to knock in David at third as the infield comes in. Pops him up into right field, fairly deep. O'Neill on the run, and right in front of the warning track, he will pull it in. Damon will come on to score easily, and it's 4-1 Kansas City.
That was good team baseball by the Kansas City Royals. Sure, that's what Tony Muser has been trying to preach to these guys. Damon led off with the double. Allensworth sacrificed him over. Offerman took a breaking ball and drove it into the outfield for a sacrifice fly, RBI.
Offerman's 51st RBI as Dean Palmer takes a call strike. Palmer also with a base hit in the 4th inning that produced an RBI, so he's 1 for 2. Popped him up on the infield. Knobloch has a beat on it. Kansas City has gone here in the 5th, but the leadoff double comes around to score against Pettitte, and Kansas City leads it 4-1.
Hey, nice crowd tonight.
Oh, yeah. We talked to our manager, and he said that we can't play for free beer anymore.
That's what he said, huh?
He said that if you want us to keep playing here, you just got to come up with something better.
There's ordinary beer. Then there's the smooth, refreshing taste of Michelob Light.
I'm the band's manager. I get 10% of everything they make.
Beer or Michelob?
No matter how high the thermometer climbs or how sticky the humidity gets, nothing will be hotter this summer than the deals you'll get during Jeep Summer Days. Like a zero-down $279 a month Cherokee lease with only $774 due at signing. With all this, including air conditioning at no extra charge. Or get a great price on Jeep Wrangler. But you'd better hurry in because deals this incredibly hot are bound to cool down fast. Check out this $279 lease at your dealer.
How's he look today?
He's coming along.
You know, he's been away a long time. I don't want to see him get hurt. How long can he go?
No way to know till he gets out there.
What's he needed for?
I think he's got something to prove to himself.
It's low impact.
He's very boyish.
Jerry Seinfeld is back, doing stand-up live on Broadway, only on HBO.
Is this thing on?
Now get free unlimited airtime to any one number. From Bell Atlantic Mobile, the best value in wireless. Now at Nobody Beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
Well, here at the bottom of the fifth, Kansas City has that 4-1 lead, so Tony Muser will sit back and relax for the first time in this 4-game series. But when you're in New York and you want to relax, stay at the Shelburne Hotel, Murray Hill, where you get a spacious suite for the price of an ordinary hotel room. You can call 1-800-MESUITE, and they will take care of you. Ask for Tom Chamberlain down there, a guy that runs that hotel and does a great job. As is Darryl Strawberry, and what a job Strawberry has done here in 1998. He's 0 for 1 in this game. Always a threat to hit one out of the stadium anytime he goes to the plate. Got in front of that one. Pichardo took a little bit off of it. It's got some hang time, but it's an out. One gone here for the Yankees in the 5th inning as we take a look at the Toyota box score. While the Yankees, 3 hits by New York, Knobloch, Williams, and Brocious. Brocious with the home run. But they're behind by 3. Well, the Yankees will have to come back here against Kansas City as Pichardo continues to throw strikes. This is Curtis.
On Darryl Strawberry's first pitch, boom, he threw a good fastball, Bobby. Then he took, like you said, it wasn't a changeup, but it wasn't his best fastball.
Now he's on in front 0-2.
Now he went boom, boom, 0-2. You can go any which way you want to right now. You can go inside, you can go away, you can go forkball. Good pitch right there. I like to think of pitchers 0-2, 1-2 going for a strikeout, and that right there, he was going for a strikeout.
Well, I've heard you many times say once you get in front of that hitter, don't try to waste any pitches. I mean, just don't purposely waste a pitch. Make it something good. If you try to strike him out or get him to swing at something bad. Now Pichardo goes inside and just barely missing it there. Now it's 3-2.
Left that breaking ball inside. The key pitch, and this at bat was the 1-2 pitch that he missed down.
Good sinker, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Curtis is gone, and 2 outs here in the 5th for New York.
Boy, this was a good hard diving sinker that started out in the strike zone, but did not end up in the strike zone. Good stuff.
And this will bring up Scott Brocious. Remember the 3rd inning, a hanging breaking ball, and Brocious sends it deep in the left field for his 12th home run of the year. This time it's a ground ball. The Rivera at shortstop, and the Yankees are gone. 1-2-3. Kansas City in front by 3.
Both these men have athlete's foot. But only one Some use Desinex, the soothing cure. Desinex has a dual-action formula that calms the itching and cools the burning. And Desinex is clinically proven to kill the fungus dead, so your feet feel good while they heal. Got athlete's foot? Get dual-action Desinex. Soothes while it cures.
Evidence. The leading regular toothpastes, even the leading regular peroxide baking soda brand, leave plaque on your teeth. They can be too coarse to penetrate microscopic crevices where plaque and deep stain collect. New evidence. Arm & Hammer Dental Care, the only formula with a high level of baking soda, is better at cleaning plaque away. It dissolves so fine it penetrates crevices where deep stain builds. Teeth are clean and white every day. Arm & Hammer. Evidence. Plaque clean, white clean.
Dooley, it's Ross. Yesterday I requested implementation of an active asset allocation for derivative securities, knowing full well that any reduction of the equity beta...
Let's face it, you're not always clear on a cellular phone. But now there's Sprint PCS, the only nationwide all-digital network for a new level of clarity.
Just sell everything. I want to buy a ranch.
Sprint PCS.
With horsies.
Until August 9th, only $16.99 for 100 clear minutes anytime.
It began as the product of meticulous Japanese design, but it was sent to Europe for finishing school. It was tested on Austria's Alpine roads, refined on Germany's autobahns, and chased on England's racetracks. Now the car that's proven itself in Europe is crossing the pond. Introducing the all-new Infiniti G20. Born in Japan, educated in Europe, now available in America.
All right, back at the stadium on a beautiful afternoon for baseball. Top of the 6th inning, Kansas City in front 4-1, and all the Yankee young fans here are saying, come on, New York, we need some runs. So far, it's been a reversed Beanie Baby day. Stretch is not doing his job at all. But there's still time.
Whoa, nice hat.
Yeah. Top of the 6th inning, and Kansas City will send up Jeff King to lead it off. That's that breaking ball. The breaking ball that's kind of been a looping breaking ball for Andy Pettitte, TJ.
Andy Pettitte threw a good breaking ball to Johnny Damon early in the game, actually the first batter up at the game, and then he has not thrown that good hard breaking ball since then, and that was the one that Offerman hit out. It was just a looping first pitch breaking ball, but that was the breaking ball was the pitch that gave him problems in Anaheim, and that's what bothered him with his trapezius muscle.
So maybe he's not really finishing it off, right?
You get out there and you kind of expecting it to grab on you, and anything that can break your concentration, throwing just a slightest twinge or the thought of a slight twinge.
Up high and outside. Now it's 3-1 to King. Well, we talked about not finishing it off. Let's see if we can't pick up something here.
Well, one of the reasons Andy gets such a long stride that many times you can't get over your front leg and get some down action on the breaking ball.
Back up the middle, base hit for King, leading off here in the 6th inning. That's the 7th hit now for Kansas City. So Kansas City had their leadoff batter on in the 4th, leadoff batter on in the 5th, now leadoff batter on here in the 6th.
Fastball away, and Jeff King went right with it, right up the middle. Ground ball, and you know, Andy Pettitte has been giving the little nubbers into the outfield and ground balls up the middle, and they really haven't been hit overly hard. They're not like gappers or anything.
This is Terry Pendleton. He came into play for Leyes at 3rd after Leyes had to leave with a hamstring pull. That's up high to Pendleton. Pendleton batting .259, 1 home run, 15 RBIs. Now it's 1-1. The Yankees have activity in their bullpen. Ramiro Mendoza now warming up. I guess you should say the versatile Ramiro Mendoza.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
He's just kind of sitting on the sidelines waiting to see if Pettitte could actually start this game, and he's the guy that would come in case Pettitte runs into some more trouble. That'll be another base hit for Kansas City. So nobody out and 2 men on for KC here in the 6th inning. I will say this. Despite what has happened here, the Kansas City Royals are not just knocking the leather off the baseball, even though they've come up with 8 base hits.
No, that ball right there, it sounded like Terry hit it with a wet Sporting News. And it's another jam shot. And Andy Pettitte, it's just one of those days that you're slightly off. And these are big league hitters. And when you're slightly off in the big leagues, you're going to give up base hits. And like you said, Bob, that they haven't really been ripping the ball, but they've been base hits.
I've been slightly off for quite some time now. Thalibauer out to talk to Pettitte. And Pettitte is one of those guys, what a competitor he is. And a lot of times those little squibbing base hits, they don't settle well with you when you're the type of competitor that Pettitte is.
I don't think those little squib hits settle with any pitcher. Yeah. If you're going to get beat, I would much rather have been just been hammered. You know, line drive, doubles, home runs, because then you say, boy, was I terrible. But here you say, you know, I really was throwing the ball good, and I jammed a guy and a looper into the outfield.
This is Hal Morris, and he was sacrificing the runners to second and third. That's a called strike. Or trying to sacrifice the runners.
Hal Morris even shuffles his feet with his bunting skills. Many teams will try to put on the wheel play, the one where the shortstop runs over to third base and all that. That is absolutely one of the worst defensive plays. We used to practice it in spring training how many times, and never used it in the year. If you did, it was never successful.
I've never seen it work. It can only backfire. It really doesn't do anything other than that. Looks good. That looked good. Now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Morris, who I guess they took the sacrifice sign off. He looked like he was going to take a hack at this one.
Well, when Johnny Damon was up in the 5th inning and he got the double, Andy was ahead 0-2 and hung a curveball. We'll see if he goes away with the cutter instead of the curveball.
And the cutter down low and outside. Historically, though, Pettitte has had more problems with left-handed bats than he has right-handed bats.
With his stuff, that's hard to believe. It really is, Bobby. As hard as he throws that cutter, if you just start it on the outside half of the plate, and by the time it gets there, it's going to be on the outside corner or just off the corner. But the batter reads it as being a strike.
Two and 2 count coming to Morris. Nobody out, 2 men on for Kansas City. This could be 2. Martinez to Jeter for 1. Back to Pettitte covering first base. One of the most difficult double plays to turn, and the Yankees do it. And there's 2 outs here in the 6th.
And like the wheel play on defense, the pitchers practice this play a lot. The reason it's tough is the shortstop has got to throw the ball at the bag, and the pitcher's got to get himself under control to field the ball. And both Derek Jeter and Andy Pettitte did a good job.
Well, Pettitte will leave the game with a couple of men out, a man on here in the 6th inning. And Pettitte, who was somewhat on the verge of not even starting this afternoon because of that stiffness in his lower left shoulder, he will leave the game behind by 3. Mendoza will come in. We'll be back right after this.
faster truck.
Hey, this is yesterday's paper.
Now you have a chance to win a real Ron Hornaday NASCAR racing truck, a one-year lease on a 99 Chevy pickup, or a tool set during Napa Auto Parts Trucking and Tooling Sweepstakes and Sale. Come by today.
Tomorrow's paper.
All right, back to the stadium. The new pitcher is Mendoza. And it's strike one to Fasano with 2 outs, a man on at third. So Pettitte is gone with 85 pitches in the game. And Mendoza, we'll take a look at his line.
You know, of those 26 games, 13 of them are starts, and he has 1 save. But look at that, 21 base on balls and 102 and 1/3 inning. Wow.
He last pitched against Anaheim. That was in Pettitte's last start, too. Pettitte pitched a good game against Anaheim, but Mendoza ended up with the win. But take a look at these bullpen numbers. Not allowed a run in 34 consecutive innings pitched. It's over 15 games. Now it's 2-2 on Fasano.
They've allowed 1 run in the last 16 games, but fewest home runs and the fewest walks in the American League, leading at, I tell you, that says a lot out of the bullpen. Stay away from the big inning with the home run and throw strikes.
That'll be out of play off to the right side. Mendoza, who has done a lot of starting for the Yankees and kind of the odd man out that ends up in the bullpen. Very versatile arm and what they would call a rag arm. He never is sore and ready to pitch, whether he starts, comes in the middle relief or long relief. And just misses outside, and the count is 3-2.
Good pitch right here. The ball was outside, and Brian O'Nora, home plate umpire, made a good call.
Another pitch out of play. Last time Girardi caught on Beanie Baby Day was the perfect game. Jeff Nelson still on the disabled list. And Nelson says that he will try to throw off the mound next Tuesday. And depending on what happens there, he will start his rehab stint. High and fairly deep into center field, but Bernie's got a beat on it. Fasano is gone, and so is Kansas City. So the double play really helps. Yankees behind by 3.
Go ahead, throw it. I deserve it.
There's ordinary beer. Then there's the smooth, refreshing taste of Michelob Light. Beer or Michelob?
Honey, I'm late. Where are my keys? Where are my keys?
You got a minute?
We've got to go.
Well, Toyota's National Clearance Event is here, and it's worth time out of your busy schedule to see the great selection and clearance values on Camry, America's #1 selling car. Now you can get $750 customer cash, or take your choice of special financing or affordable year-end leases. So take a minute and get to Toyota's National Clearance Event.
Who is Ryan Harrison? A man on a mission? A fugitive from justice? Or a passionate lover?
I feel like I'm flying.
Wrongfully Accused. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, August 21st.
Now get free unlimited airtime to any one number from Bell Atlantic Mobile. The best value in wireless. Now at Nobody Beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
Well, you know him as the no-nonsense ref in the infamous Tyson Holyfield fight. Now this real-life judge is stepping out of the ring and into the courtroom. Judge Mills Lane brings his own brand of justice to daytime television. That's starting Monday, August the 17th at noon only on the WB11.
And he's already incarcerated Dulio, our cameraman.
The guy that retired about 7 years ago, or 7 days ago.
He should have retired 7 years ago, but he hung around for 7 days ago.
I didn't say that. Throw away the key. Well, the key to the Yankees here in the bottom of the 6th inning is to score some runs. Girardi will lead it off. The Yankees with only 3 base hits. One of those was a home run by Brosius.
Well, again, Pichardo just starts out throwing strike one, strike one, strike one. At the start of the show, the graphic, 18 base on balls by the Kansas City pitchers to 1 by New York Yankee pitchers in this first 3 games.
No walks by Pichardo so far. 3 strikeouts. Pettitte gave up 2 base on balls. 1 came around to score on him. Now it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Girardi. My stat man tells me the 11th first pitch strike to the first 17th batter. First 17 batters. So the first 11 out of 17 as he strikes out Girardi here.
You know, it's tough being a catcher because you really can't argue because you've got to go back of the plate and try to sell those pitches for your pitcher. And I'm sure Joe thought that ball was outside, but that's a pretty good pitcher's pitch. You know, he just looked back and said, whoa, give that to my guys.
Knobloch 1 for 3. Strike 1 to Knobloch.
12 out of 18. 12 first pitch strikes out of 18 hitters.
That's a strike. It's also a base hit for Knobloch with 1 out here in the 8th. In the 7th, that is.
You ever see that Charlie Brown cartoon where they hit the line drive and it undressed him? This is what almost happened to Hipolito Pichardo. Almost got undressed on this one. Tried to grab for it, the ball was by him. Watch this, right up the middle.
Good piece of hitting by Knobloch. Now Knobloch 2 for 4. Jeter now will step in. Jeter trying to bunt his way on. Not a bad play by Derek Jeter. Pettitte was playing pretty far back at third, so you take 1 shot. You only get 1 shot, then all of a sudden you alert them if you don't make it successful. But what else that does for you as a hitter, it kind of loosens that infield up. They kind of come in a little bit, and that 2-hopper has a better chance of getting by them.
Well, when you're down 3 and you can bunt and get on, you bring Paul O'Neill as a tying run.
Jeter goes the opposite way. Base hit for him. Knobloch will round second. He'll go to third, and the Yankees have runners at first and third. Only 1 out.
Yeah, we talked earlier about Andy Pettitte throwing the cutter high. Here is a high sinker. And as a batter, you can get your hands inside and just kind of push the ball off. And that's what Derek Jeter did. Just kind of got his hands inside and pushed the ball out to right field. Now you got first and third with Paul O'Neill coming up.
So back-to-back base hits from Knobloch and Jeter. The Yankees are threatening here in the 6th inning. That'll bring up Paul O'Neill.
Matt Wisnett warming up in the Kansas City bullpen. Matt Wisnett gave up the home run to Shane Spencer on that 7:30 game of the split doubleheader.
Yankees behind by 3, so O'Neill represents the tying run. And now Now the Yankee runners at the corner have Pichardo's attention.
Yeah, they should have his attention. They should have his attention with the way Derek Jeter can run.
O'Neill went a little bit too far. Strike one to O'Neill. Like a lot of this Yankee ball club, as far as offense, they love to bat with runners in scoring position. Just to add to that, O'Neill batting .378 in that situation with 2 outs, with less than 2 outs. That's down low and outside. Now it's 1-1. Good pitch on the outside corner now. Pichardo in front, 1-2. Check it out.
This is a pitcher's pitch. Down and away, right on the corner. Some hitters would swing at that pitch and hit into a double play. Paul O'Neill, veteran hitter, took it. He's going to hit with 2 strikes on him. Pichardo's going to try to, he's been throwing him away with hard stuff. I think he's going to try to throw something breaking, and that's going to speed Paul O'Neill's bat up.
2-2 count coming. And it's a base hit into the gap, left center field. Knobloch will come around and score. Jeter, he will be waved around third. The throw is not in time. 4-3 Kansas City as the Yankees continue to hit Pichardo here in the 6th inning.
And that ball, instead of being on the outside corner, was right down the middle of the plate. And Paul O'Neill just whistled it into that right center field slot. Jermaine Allensworth overran the ball, and you see Paul just, boy, he hit that ball good. Good hitters are not afraid to hit with 2 strikes on it.
And that's what good speed does for you on the base pass, because Jeter motoring around third, the moment Allensworth bobbled the baseball, it was an easy score for him. And Paul O'Neill continues to knock in runs with less than 2 outs. And there are the 2 right there, Knobloch and Jeter. And here comes the Yankees. Muser has a signal to the bullpen, so he wants a new pitcher of the game. Pichardo is gone, and we'll be back right after this.
Jet fans, get your game faces on, because Bill and the 98 Jets are ready to rock the Meadowlands. Baltimore's coming to town with new quarterback Jim Harbaugh. These Ravens are looking to fly, but the Jets are ready to take them down. They're going to rock them, they're going to sock them, and no one's going to stop them. This lean green team is walking tall and looking mean. With Mo Lewis, Keyshawn Johnson, and Aaron Glenn, the New York Jets are back. Baltimore, beware. The Jets battle the Ravens Saturday, August 15th, only on the WB 11.
Hey, I'm late. Where are my keys? Where are my keys?
You got a minute?
We've got to go.
Well, Toyota's national clearance event is here, and it's worth time out of your busy schedule to see the great selection and clearance values on Camry, America's #1 selling car. Now you can get $750 customer cash, or take your choice of special financing or affordable year-end leases. So take a minute and get to Toyota's national clearance event.
Those are some pretty harmonies you got going there, boy. You sure can hit the high notes.
Careful, Tim. Next thing you know, Road Dogg will want to be singing backup.
Sorry, man. It's still a sore subject with Road Dogg.
Bud Light is proud to sponsor Tim McGraw.
Maybe you can sing on a few sad songs. All right.
All right, still only one out for the Yankees here at the bottom of the 6th inning. They're behind by 1. Let's take a look at some of the out-of-town scores brought to you by Nobody Beats the Wiz. And Seattle now 6-3 over Detroit. That's in the 7th. Oakland 3-2 over Toronto, the 6th. Cleveland and Tampa Bay still tied up in the 6th inning. Anaheim shutting out Chicago. And Baltimore, Minnesota scoreless. Boston and Texas. A later start down in Texas. Now in the National League. Milwaukee shutting out Cincinnati. Montreal 5-2. And Colorado now leading the Mets 1-0. That's in the 1st inning. Bernie Williams comes to the plate now with that base hit in the 4th inning. Bernie Williams extends his hitting streak to 11 games. And the tying run is down at second base for him. Matt Whisenant is the new pitcher. Now Pichardo was cruising right along, TJ.
Right.
And then all of a sudden here in the 6th inning, we've got a new pitcher and Pichardo is gone.
I think what happened, or what happens, they've been cuffed around for 3 games. They've got a chance to win this game. I think Tony Muser might have taken Pichardo out early, but I think he followed the old axiom, it's better too early than too late. Because the way that the Yankees have been hitting the Royals pitchers, he wants to go to his bullpen and try to win it out of the bullpen.
Swung on and missed. Now it's strike 2. Well, Whisenant pitched in Friday's doubleheader. That was in the nightcap. He gave up 5 runs on 4 hits in only 1 inning. So the Yankees worked to.
But what he wants
nice to him.
Right. What he wants to try to do is get a lead and get it into Jeff Montgomery's hand.
That'll get away from Fasano. That'll also pull Paul O'Neill up at 3rd. So now the tying run is at 3rd base with less than 2 outs.
That ball was just back of home plate. And it short hopped Fasano. Actually, I thought Fasano could have done a better job of blocking the ball than what he did. And I know I've been in that spot right there, and you're just hoping that Whisenant can pitch out of it so they don't tie the game. You got a chance for the win.
Infield comes in. It's a high fly ball deep to right field. Damon going back. He will look up at it. It's caught up against the wall. What a play by the right fielder, Johnny Damon. But Paul O'Neill will tag up and come on to score, and it's all tied up at 4. Boy, it looked like Bernie Williams had left the yard in right center field, but Johnny Damon had something to say about that one.
Johnny Damon, you see him there, it looked like he was swimming, but he's trying to straighten his arms out after crashing into the wall. And Bobby, I'm with you. I thought the ball was going to be out of the ballpark. Look at that. It was out of the ballpark. Damon was well above the fence, and the ball was going over. Watch how far up he is. No, I don't believe it would have gone over.
Maybe right off the top.
Nice play.
It was a nice play. It may be the game-saving play for Kansas City. We'll have to wait and see. We're all tied up at 4, and this is Tino Martinez, who will bat after Bernie's sacrifice fly RBI. And it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. I think Bernie's saying, I thought it was out of here. I thought I got enough of it. Tito 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Now it's 2 balls and a strike with that pitch up high.
That ball was right down the middle of the plate, and Bernie just inside out of the ball with some power. He was in a home run trot.
It looked that way. Whisenant got away with that one there. Good swing by Tino. Now it's a 2-2 count to Martinez. Now Muser really brought Whisenant in to pitch to Martinez and Strawberry, the 2 left-handed batters. Martinez holding up. What can you do with Bernie Williams? He's a switch hitter. But I guess he felt like that he had a better chance getting Bernie out with Whisenant than he did Pichardo. That's the only way you can look at it.
If you look at the numbers, Bernie's got 7 home runs right and 7 home runs left.
Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Now Martinez strikes out for the second time, but the Yankees come back here in the bottom of the 6th inning with 3 runs to tie it at 4.
It began as the product of meticulous Japanese design, but it was sent to Europe for finishing school. It was tested on Austria's Alpine roads, refined on Germany's autobahns, and chased on England's racetracks. Now the car that's proven itself in Europe is crossing the pond. Introducing the all-new Infiniti G20. Born in Japan, educated in Europe, now available in America.
You already know how important calcium is for your bones, but did you know that 85% of women still don't get enough? So start your day with Total. It's the only leading cereal that's an excellent source of calcium, even before adding milk. In fact, Total has more calcium than the milk itself. No other leading cereal comes close. Simple, low-fat, delicious. So good, you can feel it in your bones. Total Raisin Bran, Total Corn Flakes. One bowl, one great source of calcium.
How you doing? It's a jungle out there. Hey, what's up, rookie? Where you working?
Vice.
Price. You ever work back to school? It's ugly.
Who's ugly?
These moms gotta know. Big Kmart, low prices all the time.
Lower sale prices every time, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I overpaid.
Oh, gotta go to Big Kmart.
It's a better way to save, guaranteed, even in the naked city.
Naked?
Who's naked?
Who said that?
Where are they?
Where are
Vice man, there are naked people.
Well, tonight on Seinfeld, Elaine takes on the Baron of Biss, the master of minestrone, the sultan of soup. That's right, it's the legendary Soup Nazi episode. Plus, have you got a smooze booey? Well, Jerry does, and he's going to let everybody know it. See what we mean on Seinfeld tonight on the WV11. Schmoopy? Give me a break. Top of the 7th inning, Kansas City Yankees all tied up at 4. This is Rivera leading it off for KC. We're like the Yankees. We love to have fun up here in the booth. And the Yankees are starting to have a little bit more fun at this present time as they've tied it up. Now it's up to Mendoza. Andy Pettitte is off the hook. Pichardo doesn't have a chance to win. The 2 starters are gone. It's up to the bullpen. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Rivera. Well, this is Tommy John. I'm Bobby Mercer, and we enjoy a beautiful day like this. Schmoozing around, right?
Schmooping around.
Oh, schmooping around. Okay. The Yankees are enjoying that 83-29 record that they have. And that's a swing and just barely getting a piece of it as Rivera to stay alive.
The way Rivera fell across home plate on that breaking ball. Kind of see if Girardi and Mendoza will come back inside with the fastball. Not going to go away again.
Well, they try that old ball that breaks back on the outside corner. You know, it runs back in.
Look at this. 83-29, 41-8 at home. And they play 32 of their last 50 games on Yankee Stadium turf.
Well, they do have the chance to break the all-time attendance record, single season record of 2.6 mil. With 32 dates left after today. This has got to be 56, 57, 58,000 here, I would guess, today. That's a pop-up into shallow right field. And Knobloch puts it away, 1 gone. They haven't announced the attendance, but anytime you see that upper deck completely full, you know it's a sellout crowd. It is Beanie Baby Day for the 2nd time here in 1998. And Stretch finally came alive in the 6th inning for the Yankees. Johnny Damon comes up for the 4th time. He is 1 for 3. He pops it up. Knobloch again. 2 gone. And you know, Kansas City is sitting over there saying, oh no, we had the 4-1 lead and here comes the Yankees. So you begin to start to look over your shoulder, especially the way the Yankees have pounded them in the first 3 games of this 4-game series.
And I really
you look for something to happen.
Exactly right. You look for something bad to happen. Yeah. And I'm sure that's why Tony took Pichardo out as early as he did. That wanting to try to hold the game out of the bullpen and get it over to Montgomery, who is his save master.
Whoa, watch out. Allensworth is plunked on the back with a pitch from Mendoza, so he's on with 2 outs.
Yep, got him with a breaking ball. Watch Girardi outside, and that was a curveball that just got away from Mendoza. And Allensworth did the right thing. Batters are taught to turn their back on the ball and take it off the back, but that ball right there was just a spinning curveball.
Well, nobody has been hit more than Chuck Knobloch on this Yankee ball club, and that's exactly what he does. You know, he turns that shoulder back away from the pitch. So Jose Offerman, there's Chuck. He knows about being plunked on the shoulder and the back, along with Tino Martinez. We all know about that. Benitez in Baltimore. Check swing, grounded to third. So Brocious throws out Offerman. Kansas City is gone. They leave 1 man on. 6.5, all tied up at 4.
What you want is a great selection of cars at a great price. What you need is Ford's factory authorized clearance. Going up now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because doing Ford's factory authorized clearance, you can get low 0% financing on Ford Taurus. Plus, get $750 cash back. What you want is style and performance. What you need is a Ford Taurus with low 0% financing and $750 cash back. And what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store today.
Tri-State Toyota dealers present the 11-gallon getaway, weekend escapes for couples. Looking for a romantic getaway that's close to home? Well, take a look at Connecticut. Just a short drive from Manhattan, Connecticut is the perfect place to get away from it all. Spend some quiet time at a quaint bed and breakfast, share a magnificent sunset at one of our state parks, or sample some cool jazz on a hot night. From charming antique shops to glorious scenery, you'll find that Connecticut is for couples. This 11-gallon getaway has been brought to you by your Tri-State Toyota dealers.
Attention passengers. Our bingo tournament is starting in 5 minutes on the count of 6. Also on deck, today's track is pipe clear off the
This copyrighted telecast is authorized under rights granted by the New York Yankees, solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publications, reproductions, retransmissions, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the New York Yankees and WPIX is prohibited.
All right, so Joe Torre goes to the bench now. This is Raines who will come in to pinch hit for Strawberry, leading off here in the 7th inning. Strawberry was 0 for 2 in his only 2 times up. Raines had really been hot with the bat. He's got his average up to 296. So the rock has been rock solid. Can you imagine being able to go to your bench and say, Tim, would you mind going up and hitting for Darryl Strawberry? or Strawberry, would you mind going up and hitting one out of the ballpark for the rest of the ball club?
Yeah, maybe in a week or so that they'll be saying, Chili, would you mind going up there if he's not playing?
Talking about Chili Davis, who is scheduled to come back to the Yankees very soon off the disabled list.
This freight train doesn't stop for anybody, Bobby. It just keeps rolling.
Raines 4 for 9 in this homestand so far. Good pitch by Whisenant on the outside corner for a call strike 3. So Raines is gone.
I've seen Matt Whisenant pitch last year down in AAA ball. This is the most good strikes I've ever seen him throw. He's thrown about 5 or 6 really quality pitches, and that was nasty. It's backdoor breaking ball.
I think Raines thought that came around the outside part of the plate. Nevertheless, he is gone. That'll bring up Chad Curtis. So some right-handed bats are coming up against Whisenant now with one out here in the 7th. We're all tied up at 4. Swing and a miss, so it's 1-1. Yankees are a perfect 7-0 against Kansas City. 55,911 on hand today for Beanie Baby Day. So a nice crowd watching this Yankee ball club on their record-breaking season. Lined to the left field, base hit for Curtis. Between Chad Curtis and Tino Martinez, I don't know who's a better high ball hitter.
Chad Curtis hasn't seen a high fastball he didn't like. Watch him get a ball about belt high or slightly above. Boom. Good hard hit line drive, and this may be the last you'll see of left-handed pitching with all these right-handed hitters coming up. Curtis just whistling that ball out there to the left field.
Well, Tony Muser is out to the mound again. Whisenant is leaving. This will be the 3rd pitching change for Kansas City. So while they make the pitching change here at Yankee Stadium, we'll be back right after this message.
Need a faster truck?
Hey, this is yesterday's paper.
Now you have a chance to win a real Ron Hornaday NASCAR racing truck, a 1-year lease on a '99 Chevy pickup, or a tool set during Napa Auto Parts Trucking and Tours Sweepstakes and Sale. Come by today.
Tomorrow's paper.
Bosch Super Spark Plugs, only 89 cents each.
My dentist told me about this new gum.
Toothpaste style.
Whitens, leaves your breath feeling fresh.
Arm & Hammer Dental Care Gum. Toothpaste style.
Toothpaste style.
New delicious Arm & Hammer Dental Care Gum cleans your teeth with the power of Arm & Hammer baking soda. Chewing Dental Care Gum is clinically proven to reduce unsightly plaque up to 25%, to clean, whiten, freshen. Now recommended #1 by dentists who tried it.
It was in the,
Toothpaste style.
Oh, yeah.
New Dental Care Gum. No wonder it's the only gum in the toothpaste aisle.
Here at the bottom of the 7th inning, a pitching change as KC and New York is all tied up at 4, but you can play ball with the legends. That's the Yankee legends, Ford, Hunter, Gossett, Nettles, and many more. All-time Yankee greats. The New York Yankees fantasy camp starts January the 16th and concludes on the 22nd in 1999 at Yankee spring training home, Legends Field in Tampa, Florida. Ages 30 or older are only space is limited. Only $4,295. And the proceeds will go to the Yankee Foundation. And you can be a part of that Yankee fantasy camp. Whisenant is gone. And the big right-hander, Scott Service, 6'6" right-hander, will come in to pitch to Brocious, who has a home run already.
See the 69 strikeouts in 58 and 2/3 innings. That's 10.6 strikeouts per 9 innings. It's a good strikeout ratio.
Curtis with good speed and 20 stolen bases on at first base for New York. Service pitched to a couple of batters on Saturday and struck out both of them. He has a live arm and very tough on right-handers. And he's got that look out of the bullpen. That mean look.
With the little goatee and all that.
That's outside and low. Now it's 3 balls and no strikes now to Brocious. Girardi is on deck for New York.
Did you ever have many managers let you hit 3-0?
Quite a few, but you know, a lot of it just really depended on the game and the situation. But a lot of players don't like to hit 3-0 because it puts too much darn pressure on them.
Well, they feel like
they got to make a perfect swing and they've got to succeed each and every time they get that opportunity. The runner takes off. The pitch is outside. I think the throw down is in time, but it's actually ball 4. O'Nora never made a sign at home plate. So the call was made at second as an out, but actually it's ball 4 to Brocious. So 2 men are on. O'Nora never made a signal.
No, Brian O'Nora just said ball 4 and called ball 4, and Mike Riley punched out Curtis, and Curtis pointed back in. Hey, it's ball 4. That ball was way outside.
I think that kind of saved Riley too, because it looked like Curtis was safe. Nevertheless, the Yankees have a couple of men on. And Joe Girardi was the scheduled batter, but Jorge Posada now has come out on the on-deck circle.
This is definitely ball 4, and he calls it, and I don't know what other sign Brian O'Nora could have made, but he just yelled it out, ball 4. Fasano knew it, and Brocious knew it.
Who cares? I know Joe Torre doesn't care, neither does Mel Stottlemyre, but look who's going to step in now. The guy that swung the hot bat yesterday, Jorge Posada, with 6 RBIs, a career high for him in yesterday's win. But a couple of doubles, so Torre making another switch here in the 7th inning as he pinch hits for Girardi. The throw back is in time. Curtis caught napping at second base, and they pick him off.
And yes, it was caught napping, because he's just taking his sign, wiping his mouth with his glove, and well, he was out the first time going on the ball 4, and he's out the second time. For real this time.
So Curtis is gone, and there's 2 outs for New York. Posada with a 1-ball, no strike count to him. That's down low for a ball. Now it's 2-0. The Yankees and Kansas City all tied up at 4 here in the bottom of the 7th. There are those numbers that we were talking about yesterday. Way outside, and once again Service has fallen behind 3-0. Well, you can play manager here, TJ. Do you give Posada a hit sign on 3-0?
I'll give him the one finger.
Really?
Yeah, I would.
He can hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Yeah, but you said you don't like to put pressure on the hitter.
That's certain guys. Outside corner for a call strike. Now it's a 3-1. I don't think Posada thought that was a strike.
No, I don't think so either. I think if you would poll the 55,911 fans, they would think it was a strike either.
If an umpire is going to call a strike, most of the time it's 3-0. Now the breaking ball in there, it's 3-2. So Service certainly wasn't giving in to Posada on the 3-1 count. He did just lay it down Broadway and say, here it is.
You know what that does? It confuses a hitter. If he's going to throw a slider 3-1, whoa, maybe he's going to throw it 3-2. No, maybe he's going to challenge me. And as a pitcher, that's what you want to try to do. Just get a little doubt in the batter's mind.
It's a terrible feeling from a hitter's standpoint.
When you see a 3-1 breaking ball?
When you have doubt in your mind. A runner takes off, and the pitch is swung on, strike 3. So Service comes back to strike out Posada. And we played 7 here at the stadium, all tied up at 4.
Back by popular demand, the Nissan early model year-end clearance has been extended. Right now, with every new 98 Nissan in America, get an amazing $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR financing. That's on any Nissan, including the rugged and luxurious Pathfinder 4x4. With standard CD player and shift-on-the-fly 4-wheel drive, it's New York's best-selling import SUV. But hurry, for the best selection, visit a Nissan retailer today. This $2,000 or 0% APR offer absolutely ends August 31st.
Get him out of there. Post it up, boys. Let's go.
There's ordinary beer. And then there's Michelob. Beer or Michelob?
55. What'll it be?
We'll take some rice and get some farf too.
Yeah. Now you can choose which teams you see every Sunday with DirecTV and NFL Sunday Ticket. There's up to 13 regular season games a week.
Price check on farm.
Hey, Brett. Hey, John. So stock up on all your favorites. NFL Sunday Ticket. It's not on cable. See it on DirecTV. So what are you looking at?
See your local retailer to get $200 of programming when you get DirecTV.
Well, lots of activities here at Yankee Stadium on a bright, sunshiny day. It is a beach day. But let's take a look at the game summary. Yankees and Royals all tied up at 4. New York third. Brocious with his home run. And Palmer came back in the 4th along with King with RBI singles. Morris also added an RBI single. That was the big inning for Kansas City. And the Yankees come back with 3 in the 6th inning to tie it up at 4. And this is Dean Palmer leading off here in the 8th inning. Andy Pettitte started. He left, gave way to Mendoza. Brocious at third, throwing out Palmer. Now there's one gone.
First baseman.
This young man can, like you said, Bobby, can start. He can pitch long. He can pitch middle. And that last at-bat, saw him take a pretty good fastball hitter and run that sinker in on him and just jammed him big time. And Brocious had to come in and make a good play on the ball because it was hit so soft.
And this is Jeff King. Well, I know one thing. Mendoza's name has been mentioned more times than anybody here in the United States about trade talks.
Well, yeah, because everybody wants a good arm.
0-2 count now to King. That was a sinker ball and a half there.
Going inside.
Ooh,
and that,
look at the bottom fall out on that.
Yes, it was. Now that's as tough to hit as Andy Pettitte's cutter that goes down and in. And that's where you want the ball, sinking down and in right around his knees.
Goes outside. Now it's 1-2. You know, when Mendoza misses, he just barely misses.
He's not like wild out of, yeah.
If he's got one of those umpires, you know, that's got one of those larger than life strike zone, from a hitter standpoint, you're in big trouble. They go back inside again, and he just misses again. I mean, he's working the outside and the inside on King. Man.
This looks like a better pitch than the one he called a strike, and it's got to be for high more than inside. I think that ball had the plate. It just was high for Brian O'Nora.
Pull foul. Rich Dower at third base for Tony Muser. Still got the good hands. Jeter at shortstop, but a nice play. 2 ground ball outs here in the 8th.
Well, Rich Dower may have good hands, but Derek Jeter's got better hands. You see him come in and field the ball on the short hop, rights himself, and then throws off the wrong foot. Look at this. Outstanding.
Kansas City talked about Johnny Damon being a franchise player. Derek Jeter is a franchise player. Terry Pendleton will turn around and bat left-handed. 0-1 count to Pendleton, who came into the game in the 6th inning. Gonzalez having to leave with an injury. Out of play, and Mendoza in front, 0-2.
Terry Pendleton had some big years for St. Louis and then went over to Atlanta. Tough hitter, played decent third base for a big man.
Strike 3 on the inside corner. Pendleton is gone. Kansas City goes 1, 2, 3. We're all tied up at 4.
Reese's Nutrageous. So loaded, you don't eat it, you survive it.
I thought you were starting to go gray.
I was, but I never did.
So what happened, a miracle?
You can't tell?
Tell what?
I use Just for Men.
That's hair color?
Even your barber can't tell you use the hair coloring called Just for Men. Simply shampoo in, then rinse. In only 5 minutes, this unique Just for Men formula blends away the gray, actually matches your gray to your real color.
I never would have guessed.
Just for Men, so natural, even your barber can't tell.
You may find yourself strangely obsessed, captivated, mesmerized. You can't help it. It's beyond your control. You are not alone. There's something you need to find. Feed your need. Shark Week. All this week, check your local television listings on the Discovery Channel. Explore your world.
In 2 independent surveys, drivers were asked to judge their cars on drivability, comfort, acceleration, and overall satisfaction. Of all the cars on the road, the BMW 7 Series placed first, making it the most loved car in America, proving that the 7 Series doesn't just earn praise, it wins hearts. BMW. Test drive the ultimate driving machine at your Tri-State BMW Center.
Bottom of the 8th here at the stadium. 4-4 tie, Kansas City, but in the 7th inning, Ted Curtis was picked off at second base with only 1 out, 2 men on. The Yankees don't make many mistakes, but that kind of took the steam out of that inning. And Knobloch leads it off here in the bottom of the 8th for the Yanks.
Well, that's a pretty good deke that Scott Service put on. He's out there wiping his brow with his arm, and the shortstop sneaks in behind Curtis. And that's got to be a sick feeling out there running off the field when you're a first and second 1 out. and you get picked off on a play like that.
And 56,000 looking at you. Nevertheless, the Yankees are in this game here at the bottom of the 8th inning.
Jeff Nelson biting his fingernails, waiting to get back to when he can bite on the baseball, when he can get out there and get some batters out. Boy, I tell you, that's when you're injured and you can't do anything. It's a boy, that is a sick feeling.
And the back is not anything that you want to actually mess around with, too. And Nelly has said that he has thrown a little bit in the outfield. He just hasn't thrown off the mound yet, but he plans on doing that around Tuesday of next week. And if everything goes all right, he'll go into rehab. I think that probably will end up at Norwich, you know, to start pitching in some live games. Or he may go down to Tampa.
Maybe they'll send him to Tampa first because of the hot weather.
3-1 pitch outside, ball 4. The Yankees have their leadoff batter on here at the bottom of the 8th. A walk by Scott Service. And this is the top of the Yankee order.
Well, this is definitely not one thing you want to do. Walk the leadoff hitter and walk a leadoff hitter
23 stolen bases.
It has 23 stolen bases. And now Mariano Rivera is just going to start loosening up a little suave, as Al Lopez used to say. Just loosen up in case the Yankees score one, then you're ready to go.
Well, it was Knobloch and Derek Jeter that actually started it for the Yankees in the 6th inning when they scored 3 runs. It was back-to-back base hits. They both came around to score. 2 tough guys to actually double up because of their speed. Now we'll see how Joe Torre plays it. Will he have Jeter sacrifice the run down at second? Leave it up to O'Neill and Williams.
That's how I would do it. Bunt him over.
And that's exactly what he is doing, and it's in there for a called strike.
And with everybody coming in, Pendleton tearing in, Jeff King at first base coming in as soon as the pitcher throws home, Derek Jeter has to put down a pretty good bunt. But I'd do it again. That's the way. Get the runner over.
I think that was one of those show me throwovers to first base. In other words, you throw it over there to see if the batter will react. Is he going to be able to sacrifice again, or Jeter not making any signs of what he wants to do or not do? He had squared a bunt again. That pitch is outside. Now it's 1-1.
Derek looking down at Willie Randolph to get the signs from Joe Torre,
who flashes the signs to Willie Randolph, who flashes the sign to the player. And most players, they get the sign. Not all of them, but most of them do.
Tell you, Bobby, if a player doesn't get the signs, you got 2 hardest signs.
And again, it's a ball. They appeal down to first base to see if maybe Jeter held the bat in the strike zone a little bit too long, but he didn't, so it's 2-1.
Derek went down to bunt the ball, and then he pulled back. Started down after it, then when he saw that it was going to be out of the strike zone, pulled it back. John Hirschbeck said, no, he didn't go at it.
Hit and run is on, and the pitch is outside. Pisano's throw is in time. Rivera makes a nice scoop at second to put the tag on Knobloch. The pitch was so far outside that Jeter couldn't swing at it. And there's one gone.
Chuck got a decent jump on that. Watch where the pitch is, though. Man, that was about a foot outside, and Derek Jeter almost got in the way of Fasano when he threw the ball.
And that's on the outside corner, 3-2 now. Well, Knobloch ought to hit and run. You know, you're really not stealing on that pitch. You're just making sure that the pitcher goes home with the ball, and hopefully the hitter can protect you. That's outside. And Jeter now will go down to first base. Fasano hurries back to retrieve the ball to keep Jeter at first. So the Yankees now with a runner on with 2 outs. Check that 1 out. Second walk given up by Service.
3-2 breaking ball, and Fasano had no chance on that ball. But he's hustling after it, hoping that he can get a favorable bounce.
Well, Fasano now out to talk to Service, saying, hey, you know, you got a runner at first base. You got Paul O'Neill, who did some damage back in the 6th inning. And we'll take a look at the 6th inning. A couple of men on for New York as he tries the gap in left center field. Allensworth stops it, bobbles it momentarily, and that allows 2 men to come on to score for New York. They scored 3 in that inning. That tied it up for New York. That's where we're at right now in the 4th. Jeter also with good speed at first. The Yankees have always been an aggressive team on the base pass. Big jump by Jeter. The ball goes all the way back to the backstop. Jeter won't stop at second. He'll end up at third. And the Yankees have the go-ahead run at third with less than 2 outs. No chance for Fasano to even put any leather on that pitch. And Jeter didn't hesitate at second base.
Well, Derek Jeter was off with the pitch. And he's looked back and saw that the ball got away and didn't slow down. Boy, what a break for the Yankees. My heavens. Good hustle by Derek Jeter. Good anticipation, good hustle.
Yeah, a stolen base and a wild pitch, and that will bring the Kansas City infield in. A 2-0 pitch down in the dirt. Now it's 3-0 to Paul O'Neill. I'll tell you what, Fasano has had his work cut out for him in this inning.
Boy, he's taking a beating back there. They've thrown forkballs and sliders, and then they threw a fastball about 4 feet outside and 4 feet too high.
They're going to put Paul O'Neill on and I guess set up the double play and pitch to Bernie Williams. That's no picnic. Tony Musier playing the percentages, I guess, for the double play to try to get out of this inning.
Percentage-wise, that's about the only way you could really do it.
So Dower now motioning to the infield on what he wants them to do.
Well, they're going to come in. If they're going to play in, why walk the batter? If you're going to walk the batter, the middle infield, second and short, have to be playing back for the double play, well, actually, or at least halfway.
Yeah, you can play halfway if the ball is hit hard enough. Go ahead and try to complete the double play. If not, you got to cut the runner off at home. And that's down in the dirt. Another stop by Fasano.
Hope his chest protector wears. He may have to go to extra padding after this game.
Now the pitching coach keeps it out to talk to Service. Yankee Ball Club is a very patient club at home plate. And if Service doesn't come close to throwing a strike, chances are they won't swing at it.
Well, if you recall, if you've watched the ball game Friday night, that's a pretty good stat right there. 9-3 when tied after 7. Very good stat.
And Mariano Rivera anxious to get into this game.
Oh, that's a Bernie baby instead of a Beanie Baby.
And Bernie darn near hit a Bernie baby out in right center field his last time up. Nice play by Johnny Damon to take a home run away from him. He ended up with a sacrifice fly, but Bernie's got a chance to put the Yankees ahead here in the 8th inning. That's another one of those plays that I don't think has ever worked. I think that's more or less from the pitcher standpoint. I'm just not ready to throw the ball to home plate yet.
No, he's saying, I really don't want to throw the ball to home plate.
That's not what I meant. Out in the left center field, Morris on the run, and he won't get there. Jeter will come on to score, and the Yankees will take a 5-4 lead here in the 8th inning. Bernie Williams with an RBI, his second of the game. Bernie now with 62 on the year.
And that's a nasty sinker right there. And watch Bernie just hit the ball in that left center field slot. Hal Morris did a good job to keep the ball from getting by him. That's a run scored whether he catches it or whether it falls in.
And the Yankees are not through. Bernie's on at first, O'Neill down at second, and Martinez will get a chance to add some more. And Joe Torre talking to Derek Jeter about, I'm sure, the play that he either put on or didn't put on when Knobloch got thrown out at second base with nobody out on what it appeared to be a hit and run.
If the ball, if you've got a hit and run, and even if the ball is 3 feet outside, and Joe, you throw your bat at the ball.
Yeah, and Joe pointing to Zimmer saying that was your fault. I'm just kidding. Outside, ball 3. 3-0 now to Martinez. So the Yankees could load the bases up with only one out here in the 8th inning. They now lead at 5-4.
Here's another one of those 3-0. Do you let the batter swing at it? I put him on his own.
Oh, I do too, for sure.
I mean, I would never put my 3, 4, 5, 6 hitters, guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. Hey, if you want to swing at it and it's right there, you go at it.
But what about the Fab 4? Are you going to leave them out of it?
They have to get their letter first, you know. For their letter sweater before that.
They don't have enough hash marks yet, right?
They don't have enough hash marks yet, yeah.
Jeff Montgomery now throwing for Kansas City.
You don't want to go with your closer when you're behind, but really, Tony Muser's hamstrung out there. You got Ricky Bonas, who's been in 2 games.
Another breaking ball sent deep to center field, but not deep enough. O'Neill came halfway. Now he tries to get back to second base, but he'll stop there with 2 outs. A 3-2 breaking ball to Tino Martinez, and he had him out in front just enough to get him to undercut it.
He did the same thing to Posada when he had him 3-1.
Well, it's just one of those pitches. I mean, if the ball is not a strike, it's ball 4. Bases are loaded. So good pitch by Scott Service. Now that'll bring up Tim Raines. When you're in this type of situation, you've got to make some good pitches. Raines came in to pinch hit for Strawberry back in the 7th and struck out. That's not a very confident look on Tony Muser's face.
No, it's not.
And the bullpen is shot. Hit on the ground hard. sure-handed King at first base will take it himself, and the Yankees are gone. They leave a couple of men on, and they take a 5-4 lead. Derek Jeter in the big hustle scores the go-ahead run for the Yankees on that base hit there.
What you want is a great selection of cars at a great price. What you need is Ford's factory authorized clearance. Going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because doing Ford's factory authorized clearance, you can get low 0% financing on Ford Taurus. Plus, get $750 cash back. What you want is style and performance. What you need is a Ford Taurus with low 0% financing and $750 cash back. And what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store today.
Ma'am, you ordered a pizza?
Yes, I did.
Let's go, boys.
There's a better way to deliver oven-fresh pizza. The new Domino's Heat Wave, the only delivery bag that's like a portable oven for the best-tasting Domino's ever. Domino's, delivering to millions miles a day. Get any 2 medium pizzas with all your favorite toppings for just $13.99. That's right, 2 medium pizzas. Choose any crust, any toppings. Call Domino's now.
4 tires, fuel, and out the door.
We asked the hottest guys in the pits to switch antiperspirant.
Ultra dry degree, body heat activated.
When your body heat rises degrees, new Ultra Dry form releases extra protection.
Worked better than my old stick.
It kept me dry. Ultra Dry. New from Degree.
Need a faster truck?
Hey, this is yesterday's paper.
Now you have a chance to win a real Ron Hornaday NASCAR racing truck, a 1-year lease on a '99 Chevy pickup, or a tool set during Napa Auto Parts Trucking and Tours, sweepstakes, and sale. Come by today.
Tomorrow's paper.
Evercraft Tools, now 25% off.
New York Yankees baseball is sponsored by the Toyota Camry, the #1 selling car in America. Toyota every day, based on the Ardell Polk 1997 total passenger car registrations. And by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. And by The Wiz, for total entertainment, nobody beats The Wiz, a Cablevision company. Well, a big day here at Yankee Stadium, the conclusion of this 4-game series between New York and KC. It is Beanie Baby Day, and it's a full house, 55,000 plus, and lots of youngsters enjoying that Beanie Baby right there, better known as Stretch.
Well, this is better known as the closer. 128 ERA. This is 29 saves. Look at that. 42 in a third inning, 7 walks. Wow.
The Yankees take the lead at the bottom of the 8th inning, so Hal Morris leads it off here in the 9th. It's been, what, 5 days since Rivera has been out on the mound. And from a closer standpoint, that's, you know, that's not good. Sometimes you could be a little bit
you're too strong
and you overthrow a little bit.
And you don't throw the ball as hard as if you have that little edge off of you.
In on the hands. And Jeter makes another fine play to throw out Morris.
Well, Hal Morris, in this series, in the games that I've seen, he has been jammed, I bet you, a half a dozen times. And he likes to go into the ball and likes to hit it out to left field. And, man, they're just jamming him big time.
On those inside-out swings. And another play by Jeter. He makes it look easy. That was not an easy play. And this is Fasano now with 1 out, batting for Kansas City. Hal Morris may have to go in there and place his hands in an ice bucket. Well, you know, those are the types of balls you don't want to hit in the early part of the season when it's cold. Oh, man. Sal Fasano, he has had a tough day behind home plate, but he's 1 for 3 with a bat. They have worked him over. Just like Posada now, who came in to pinch hit for Girardi. He takes 1.
And you see Brian O'Nora is walking out to the mound, and the reason he's doing it is right here. Posada took that ball off the right shoulder, That's a little professional courtesy right there that the umpire is giving Posada a chance to kind of get everything ready and
try to shake it off. Anyway, with all the equipment that the catchers have, and see that pad up on the right side of his shoulder, somehow that ball found a way in on the shoulder underneath that pad. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 gone for Kansas City in the 9th inning. This will get the crowd on their feet. Last chance for KC coming up.
We saw go down with the slider, and that was up with a fastball, and Fasano just can't get those hands up. You see him try to get in, but there was no chance on that one.
Larry Sutton now will come in to pinch hit for Rivera. A rookie left-handed bat having a pretty good year. And he will face one of the best here in this situation in Mariano Rivera. The Yankees looking to make it 8-0 against Kansas City in 1998.
The thing that makes Mariano so tough is it just looks like he's playing catch with you. He just out there just flipping the ball, and then the ball comes in there about 95 miles an hour and just explodes.
And with movement on, like you said there, that exploded. It's 2-1 now on Sutton. I think he has one of those, I think he looks like he has one of those natural cuts to his fastball that moves in on the left-hander away from the right-hander.
I think if we could get him sometime on a pregame show and you would see his grip, I bet you he tucks his thumb underneath, and then when he throws it, it comes out with a natural cut.
Well, we may try that one day. It's 3-1 out of Sutton. He grips it the same way as he puts it in the glove all the time.
Wow.
I think Sutton was looking for a fastball there, and he got around on it. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 9th inning, New York in front 5-4. On the ground, and Martinez will make another fine play at first base. The Yankees win it 5-4 over Kansas City. Mariano picking up his 30th save of the year, and the Yankees will run their record here at Yankee Stadium to 42-8, and their overall record 84-29 as they shut out Kansas City so far in 1998. It is a clean sweep here at Yankee Stadium.
Bobby, what can you say? The ball club was down 4-1. They came back with a big 6th inning, and then on 3 walks in the 8th inning, they got the lead and turned it over to the closer. Watch this. Good fastball and a great play. They can pitch and they can field.
Yankees win it 5-4, so stay with us. We'll be back with a wrap-up right after this.
Back by popular demand, the Nissan early model year-end clearance has been extended. Right now, with every new 98 Nissan in America, get an amazing $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR financing. That's on any Nissan, including the rugged and luxurious Pathfinder 4x4. With standard CD player and shift-on-the-fly 4-wheel drive, it's New York's best-selling import SUV. But hurry, for the best selection, visit a Nissan retailer today. This $2,000 or 0% APR offer absolutely ends August 31st.
Integrity is the foundation. Humanity is the stone. Compassion is the mortar. Strength is the steel. These are the values that build this company. These are the values behind the products we offer and the services we provide. For more than 150 years, these are the values that have made New York Life the company you keep.
Look, I say we just go over there. No, let's just play it cool. I mean, come on. They're looking at us. Really? Yeah. Huh? Okay, let's go over there. But I get the one with the Michelob Light.
How come I always get the ugly one?
There's ordinary beer. Then there's the smooth, refreshing taste of Michelob Light. Beer or Michelob?
Are you two sisters?
Well, that's it from Yankee Stadium. The final score, once again, the Yankees defeating the Royals 5-4. Please join us again Thursday at 7:30 as the Yankees open up a 4-game series at home against the Texas Rangers. Now, please stay tuned for Family Matters. Well, a big day for Kansas City and Hipolito Pichardo. That was in the early part of the game. They were doing everything just right. And they had the lead 4-1 before Scott Brosius, or 4-0 before Scott Brosius came up with a home run. Playing the field well, Andy Pettitte, not his best day. But he leaves and he's off the hook. The Yankees come back in the 6th inning. Even though that was a fine play by Johnny Damon, they score 3. Derek Jeter with his speed. He ends up at 3rd. That was the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Jeter comes on to score on this base hit right here. Well, for everybody here at WPIX, our producer Michael Cooney, our director Marty Reyes, my partner Tommy John, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for being with us. Good night.